Opie is here, and his show starts now.
Yeah, what, Rich Voss? You fuck?
Like Happy Opie.
Why don't you like Happy Opie?
And that song stinks.
Really?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. You don't like pussy, so who cares?
Oh, really? Play fucking like Queen. Keep yourself
Exactly.
alive.
I told you didn't like pussy. Cat scratch fever. It's Ted Nugent's birthday. That's why we do that today.
How old is Ted today?
67, Craig Gass. I was going to play Stranglehold.
Thank you. Good Morning, America.
Another 10-minute song? You were going to do Stranglehold?
I was going to try Stranglehold,
Thank you,
but
Al Roker.
we barely survived the Who's Won't Get Fooled Again yesterday to start the show. So a little cat scratch fever. And why don't you like Ted Nugent?
It just said it wasn't my rock and roll. I mean,
I actually, you know what?
Rich is a big classic rock guy, though. He's
fucking
Allman Brothers, right?
No, I love the Allman Brothers.
That's right.
Fucking Yes.
I still owe Rich.
Fucking Yes. I've never heard anyone describe Yes as fucking yes.
No, they were a good band. I'm not saying they were.
Rich helped me out at the roast of Richard Belzer in like 2001. He really did me a solid. I didn't know Rich that well, and I said, Rich, any concert you want to go to, I'm going to get you in. I'm going to get you backstage. And he goes, all right, how about the Allman Brothers? And I go, what else you got? What else? Just give me something else. And he goes, how about Yes? And I'm like, who else you got? And I didn't know anybody with any of the bands, and I still owe him. I said, I'm going to hook you up for a show, but he's into bands, and I don't know anybody who works for those bands. So
just get me booked in like South by Southwest,
all right,
or Moon Tower.
I love the Allman Brothers. We could do a little like whipping post tomorrow, live version. That'll kill 14, 15 minutes. I want to do long songs, man.
Try to narrow your show down to like a 1 hour in and out.
Yes, I like that. I like that a lot.
Fuck this company! Oh!
Well, I don't know. They told me to tone that down a little bit. I will for the holidays.
Couple meetings.
I will for Hanukkah.
Yeah.
I'll keep things calm for Hanukkah, and then I'll start blowing shit up in the new year.
Yeah.
Hey, Ted, I want to go back to your point. I never liked Ted Nugent.
Yeah, how many songs did he have?
I like 2 or 3 songs by him. Stranglehold, Cat Scratch Fever, and then maybe some Wang Tang, Sweet Poon Tang, or whatever the fuck that one was.
So many fucking great. Humble Pie.
I love Humble Pie. Want to do 30 Days in the Hole?
Yeah, I saw Humble
30
Pie.
30 Days in the Hole.
I don't know if I saw him with fucking Frampton or Marriott.
All right.
Black Oak, Arkansas opened for him when I saw him one time. I saw a great concert, and not rock and roll, but Bob Dylan and the band, but they played separate.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember who headlined. I guess Dylan must have headlined that.
What do you mean you don't remember who headlined
It was
that?
in the
That's
70s.
so stupid to say.
Drugs?
Why?
Were you fucked up
In
at
the
show?
70s, it was definitely Bob Dylan.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Although the band was pretty hot in the 70s. I would bet a lot of money. Dylan's not going to open up for anybody.
Yeah.
Would you get pretty fucked up and go to concerts? Where you?
Yeah. When I saw the New York Dolls, I was doing a lot of acid. So we went to this is it was so wild. The concert was on Halloween.
It's weird that you're into acid. Coke guys are usually not into acid.
But this was early in the 70s.
But he's into Yes.
Yeah.
I had a fraternity brother. I had a fraternity brother. Loved Yes and loved taking acid and loved burning the Bible in the middle of the street.
Really? Yeah. After concerts or just randomly?
Just randomly. We would be walking up to the fraternity house, I'll just say that much, and then this guy, and I would love to say his name so my brothers could be really happy today, my ex-brothers, and he would just be in the middle of the street burning the Bible.
You can give his initials.
All fucked up on acid.
Wow.
Well,
what a weird acid trip.
I didn't like acid because you couldn't control it.
Yeah.
I didn't, but I
was always a Coke guy. I hated acid.
We went to see the Dolls on Halloween night. So the Dolls fans were mostly gay. Back then.
So you fit in perfectly.
So I felt at home.
Just setting up Opie like a champ.
So these costumes on Halloween were insane. And we saw them at the Waldorf Astoria. It was in the ballroom at the Waldorf.
Yeah.
So we're standing on a
concerts
table.
At the Waldorf Astoria?
Just the Dolls. But they stopped letting people in, even though they had tickets, and they smashed the windows. Just smashed the
Wow.
So we're standing on the fucking table in the front row on the ballroom, on it. And the lead singer had a machine gun that shot light with every hit of the snare drum. It shot light.
Really?
And now we're tripping our brains out, and they're fucking shooting us. I'm going, we're done. So we leave the concert. I told the story. We leave the concert, and we couldn't find my friend's mom's car. Mm-hmm. So we go to a cop.
Because you're on acid. So
we
you have
go
no
to
idea
a
where you're
cop.
going.
Where's the car? And he said it was probably compounded. And we thought he meant impound. He said it's probably impounded.
Right.
And we thought he meant compounded, like, and we're sitting on a curb all going, your mother's car is fucking
tiny.
Compounded.
It's tiny.
It's been shrunken up.
And then we're walking around all depressed, and we saw it, and it was like fireworks and angels and shit.
Jesus.
It was wild.
It's just a disoriented fucking acid freak.
I hated that drug.
I never did acid. I did some shrooms, though, which is close.
Same thing, isn't it?
I guess it's close enough.
Isn't peyote the same thing, too?
I don't fucking know.
Did you ever have a good buzz, though, enough to enhance the concert? Didn't acid and shrooms fuck shit up for you?
It enhanced the rain shower at a jazz festival once there, Craig Gass.
Really?
Yes.
Shrooms at a jazz festival or acid?
Shrooms. Me and Buzzy on the lawn with a couple other pals, and the lawn was very sparse. Not a lot of people going to the jazz festival in the rain. And, man, I remember hearing the raindrops, so yeah. Really? And then I remember people talking, and I told Buzzy, these fucking people right behind us got to shut the fuck up. And I turn around, and the people are way on the top of the hill. And that's when I got freaked out and scared. I was like,
felt like
what the fuck?
Hypersensitive hearing.
I was like, I thought those people were right behind us.
Wow.
I went to the Pocono. It was like, you know how at Woodstock they had one at Pocono Raceway. You know, there was like 10 bands, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I don't remember. Badfinger, maybe the only. And I'm so I was
Zeppelin bands.
We just ran away from home and
Guess Who? I think were there.
And I did
One
like
Direction.
Quaaludes. Someone gave us Quaaludes, and I did a whole Quaalude. Next thing you know, it's pouring rain. And I'm under the tarp with all these fucking bikers. They just took me in.
Yeah.
And I was so fucked up. And it was just, I don't remember the concert.
Was this acid again?
No, this was Quaaludes.
You don't remember
Quaaludes.
the concert?
No.
Do you at least
I just
remember
remember
blowing the guys?
Oh, whoa. Bikers? Well, I'm going to blow dirty bikers.
What kind of patch do you get for blowing bikers?
Huh?
What kind of patch do you get for blowing bikers?
He just goes, huh?
I don't think it was 73 we saw them at the Waldorf. They might have.
1973 at the Waldorf Astoria. Man, you're old.
When you were talking about,
You are fucking old.
when you're talking about burning Bibles, I thought you meant at concerts, because there would always be religious people after shows, especially after metal concerts. And then there would always be like a rude reaction from drunk concert goers wanting to burn Bibles and shit. And I remember a friend of mine who was really hammered after a ZZ Top show. I don't know why. It was a ZZ Top show.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of religious people out there, saying you got to repent, give your life to Jesus. And a friend of mine who thought he was religious because he had a Jesus air freshener in his car, jumps on top of the hood of a car and goes, "Fuck Jesus! Fuck Jesus!" And then some other guy went, "Don't you say fuck you to Jesus, man!" And then like ran up and like assaulted him. But
did he mean it when he said "fuck Jesus"?
He was just he was like, out of his mind. He was out of his mind.
My buddy, he wasn't that passionate about religion. I think he was also a Black Sabbath fan. So I think it was just a thing to do for this guy. But it was
to burn Bibles.
Where do you get Bibles?
I said Bibles, but in all fairness, I only saw him do it once, so maybe I should, downplay my story a little bit. But
once,
I have a feeling if you've done it once, though, I think you've done it before.
Burning a Bible, period, is just a weird thing to do.
Yeah, I don't really believe in organized religion in general, but I definitely wouldn't take that chance. I wouldn't be taking that chance of burning the Bible.
No, not at all. Don't burn the Quran either.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I do remember going to a Metallica concert and snorting a little bit of meth and thinking, I have the perfect buzz right now. I had the perfect euphoric buzz on the way to Metallica show, and then it got ruined when we did more meth later.
I used to do crystal meth, like the crank, that the bikers used to ride. I always with bikers.
I never knew what the difference was between crystal meth and...
What is the stuff
you
they do now?
love blowing bikers.
Is that the same thing that they're doing now?
I mean, meth is still out there. I always thought crank...
wet and sticky crank. It was fucking... It was a cheap man's coke high.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would only do it if there was no coke around. I loved doing coke. And if there's no coke around, then I would do meth. But I would snort meth like I snorted coke, which was a bad idea.
It's fucked. We stayed up for 2 or 3 days once on that shit, but it burnt the fuck out of your nose.
Yeah.
But that's not what you're doing now, crystal meth.
I don't fucking know. I never did meth. That's crazy. Put your headphones on. You're driving me nuts.
Why? What's the difference?
Because you're moving away from the mic and you don't know that you're like
What?
You hate having the headphones on, though, huh?
Yeah, because they're dirty and disgusting and they hurt your ears.
I do remember going to a high school reunion. I went to go stay with a buddy of mine in Tucson. I went to high school in Tucson. And my buddy, he said, yeah, you can stay at my place if you want. So I go into his house and he goes, yeah, let me give you a tour. And he goes, so this is where I mix everything. And then we put it in a batter over here. And then we got a little rotation thing we do here. And then we cook everything over here. And I go, what are you showing me? And he goes,
was this
meth.
Enter the Dragon?
And he goes, and I go, this is a meth lab? He goes, yeah. I go, wow. I go, I can't sleep here in a meth lab. And he goes, it's cool. And the next morning, somebody broke into the house while I was in there.
Wow.
And I said, I gotta go, dude.
How much did he make?
I don't know how much he was making, but he was always that guy who just was always trying to figure a way to get, like in high school, he was like, dude, all I gotta do is drive over the border. That's all I gotta do. I just drive a truck over the border, $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, well, what if you get caught? And he's like, oh, you won't. Because if you get caught, you just do this, but it's $5,000.
Was he driving someone else's shit?
Yeah, he was driving somebody else's shit over the border. That was big in Arizona because we were an hour away from the Mexican border.
Wouldn't they kill you if you got caught?
Yeah.
What do you think? I when I lived in Buffalo, I had to go back and forth over the border, and I had nothing in my car. I would be the worst at that. I was paranoid knowing that I was completely, clean and sober and everything else. Just the thought of them stopping me and asking me a few questions, I would just crack.
You didn't even have, like, yogurt or bring your own green tea back then? Fucking homo.
I would be the worst, though. I remember panicking and go, why are you panicking? Nothing's going on here.
When I was living in Seattle, I went to Vancouver to go see a Marilyn Manson show, and somebody gave me Coke at the Marilyn Manson show because I had a couple extra passes, and they said, I'll give you Coke for your extra passes.
Yeah.
And I brought about half an 8-ball with me back over the Canadian border, and my buddy said, what if we get pulled over? And I said, I'll just keep it in my hand.
Jesus.
And I drove over the border, and the agent said, do you mind getting out of the car and opening the trunk? And I got out of the car holding Coke.
Come on.
And opened the trunk, and she said, okay, you're good to go. And I got back in the car and drove off. That is the dumbest move.
Were you shitting inside?
A little bit. I mean, in the moment, it's just like you just feel numb in the moment. Like, I'm just going to get through this. I'm going to get through this.
You just feel like they could see right through you. I would have fell on the ground and just started crying. If they said, get out of the cars, I'm holding Coke in my hand.
You're talking about your meeting with Sirius?
Yeah. There's just a side of you. There's a side of you that just goes numb when you're doing something that stupid. Yeah. And it's the moment that someone puts their hand on your shoulder that you realize, oh, fuck. I fucked up. But for some reason, up until the moment that somebody puts their hand on your shoulder, you're just numb and going through it and not realizing this is stupid.
The closest I came to that, we were doing a gig in Boston, and me and Anthony were doing live remote, and people would always hand you drugs. In this business, they're always handing you shit. Not in many years. But this guy came over and handed me loose marijuana in my hand. And at that point, I think it was Ann or somebody else came over with a couple state troopers that were huge fans of the show. And it was in my right hand because the guy goes, hey, he puts out his hand to shake. You probably had this move. Puts his hand out to shake, and all of a sudden I'm like, what the fuck? He's giving me something. I just grabbed it. Yeah. Knew what it was immediately. And I wasn't even smoking or any of this shit back then. And then at that point, I think it was Ann or maybe somebody else comes over with state troopers, big, huge fans of the show. And I'm like now awkwardly shaking with my left hand. And then I'm like dropping the shit. I remember I was up against the bar. Wow. And I was able to just drop it. I'm like, man, I don't know. I mean, they're saying they're big fans, but fuck.
We were copping crack one night. I think it was on 157th, whatever goes up. So we're going up the street after we comped, and there's cops at the corner, and they go, pull over. And I said no, and I took off, and they fucking hit my fucking taillights with their billy club and just smashed but I took off because they
didn't chase you?
No, they were on foot. They were pulling people over. They're standing there pulling people over, and they go, pull over, and I just took off, and they smashed my fucking taillight, and I kept going.
Of course you kept going.
I wasn't fucking pulling
tell you how many times I got pulled over, hammered, and went through the whole DUI checkpoint thing and was let off. And
did you do voices to get out of it?
Actually, there was one guy who said, he goes, give me your license. Yeah. And then he goes back to his car, and then he comes back with two more cops and says, Mr. Gass, were you ever on a show called King of Queens? And I said, I was. And he goes, all right, listen, here's the deal. You make us laugh. We'll let you go.
No.
And I go, can I get out of the car? And he goes, yeah. And I go, all right. And I got out and I told him jokes for like, until they got to the point where they said, okay, we got to go. And I said, well, hold on, one more. Let me get one more. And
that was your biggest crowd that week.
That really was. It really was.
Boss was mean today.
It was I knew what I was in for. I actually started watching.
When the state troopers pulled up, you hit bonus?
I watched Rich Voss videos last night to try to get his voice down, and I ended up just watching him for 2 hours and just laughing.
Oh, really?
He's just I just love Rich.
Just put a whole bunch of shit in your mouth and talk.
Yeah, guys. It's not that fucking bad. One fucking letter.
What?
Just saying.
SH.
Yeah, SH. All right.
That's what your killer?
But I love his confidence. It's like old school confidence. Like Bobby Slayton. Bobby Slayton will always pump himself up and, hey, let me tell you something. I'm the best guy that's ever been in comedy, all right? I'm a headliner. Let me tell you why I'm a headliner. Because when I'm a headliner, you're going to listen to me. Because I'll tell you how to do this. You're not going to learn how to do this until you listen to me. And that's the way Rich is. Rich is like a guy who will always tell you, like, listen, I'm the headliner. I'll tell you what's up.
Wow. That's like Bobby Slayton.
The first time
that's a buried impression.
I like Bobby Slayton.
Yeah. He fucking called me out of the blue last year and said, hey, I have 2 tickets to Book of Mormon. Do you and your wife want them? I go, fuck yeah. I go, why aren't you going? He goes, oh, I'm having dinner with Woody Allen.
You probably take this because you're not as big as me. All right, let me tell you something. Yeah.
Wow. Did you go?
Yeah, we went to Book of Mormon.
I love Book of Mormon.
Yeah, we went. It was great.
I started with Josh Gad when he was the star of that damn thing.
I never saw people walking out, but that was the most blasphemous show
Wait, you saw people walking out?
No, I'm saying I never saw people walking out. I don't know because people clearly went thinking it was a different kind of show.
I think people can handle stuff if you're clever.
Yeah. That's a great show. Yeah, that is a blasphemous show. I love that show.
The gay guy stole every scene he was in. The guy that played the gay character.
The gay. Oh, yeah. That's right.
Me and a couple of bikers were talking about it.
Very good, Voss.
Can I say that Rich and Bonnie are sitting on a fucking gold mine? I can listen to them talk for hours, and I feel like I'm in the. I always tell them I feel like I have a cup up, like you're my neighbors, and I have a cup up against the wall, and I'm listening to you guys argue with each other, and I'm hearing the juiciest shit.
It's great.
Our last 4 podcasts are at another level. I don't know why, just our last 4, but my ex-wife said that. She goes, I can't listen to you guys anymore.
Why?
It's uncomfortable.
I feel like I'm eavesdropping.
Well, how about why have a relationship with your ex-wife?
Because I have 2 daughters with her.
Oh, I forgot about that part. You guys actually get along for the sake of your daughters?
I got along with my ex-wife from day one.
There's a few times, though, where Bonnie sounds really fed up, and she's like, I can't fucking handle you anymore, or I can't handle this, or I can't handle having arguments like this for entertainment anymore.
Right.
And it seems like when the show ends that you guys are about to go into major counseling.
Yeah. How about when they get into, Bonnie will say something like, this is stupid. No one gives a fuck about this. And that's when you're like screaming, no more of this.
Yeah. There was stuff. There was one time they talked about breaking up. They talked about divorcing, and they started. Like, Rich started walking through, I guess he suspected that she was attracted to a doctor.
Oh, Dr. Steve.
Was it Dr. Steve?
I said she was going to leave me for Dr. Steve.
For Dr. Steve. And then Rich starts going, you know what? That actually won't be bad because then I'll be able to get free medical advice. And she goes, what makes you think I would stay in touch with you? And I went, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh.
Ouch.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the last couple of podcasts have been so fucking good.
I want to go to dinner with them and listen to them argue while I just...
Oh, it's the same thing.
While I quietly sip my soup. Shit. I just want to listen to them argue and sip my soup.
Yeah, I end up just staring for an hour and a half as they bicker about all sorts of shit and who's going to pull out the coupons to pay for dinner. But my coupon...
Get the fuck out. We're high rollers.
Oh, you're high rollers now? They invite me and my wife out to dinner and they're fucking figure out coupons at the end of the...
Bonnie goes to these websites like Guilt and these websites where you can get whatever.
Right.
These I don't know what the fuck. And she goes, oh, I found a nice restaurant. And
it was a beautiful place. But
that food was good.
But then they're arguing, we get a dessert with our coupon. Why aren't you ordering a dessert? I'm like, Jesus, how much money? We'll pay.
No, hey, listen.
We'll pay. If you're pulling out coupons, we have no problem paying.
We're not pulling them out. You get them online.
You know what I've always wanted to ask you?
Guy loves a good deal. You're the worst. I've had it with you. Let's do this today. Me and you. No. I'll tell Craig to go home and we're going to fucking fight.
Go ahead. I'll sit back. Let's hear it.
I've had it with this guy.
Opie versus Rich podcast. Let's hear it.
Jesus Christ.
My host hates me.
My fucking wife, we're nice enough to take out,
my name is Greg.
The Hughes for dinner.
The Hugheses.
It was on our anniversary.
Yeah, and that was weird, too. I'm like, why are you taking us out on your anniversary? We can do this on another Tuesday.
We don't want to be alone.
No, it's probably because it was the last day of the coupon.
We have a coupon for a boat ride.
Of course you do.
Opie, how many times have you went? I know you helped him fund the movie, right?
Yes, I did.
Did you do that more than once? Did you help him out financially more than once? No, just the one time. And then you paid him back, and then you ripped up the check?
I ripped up the
interest.
The interest.
The interest. Okay.
That was a good move, right?
That is a good move.
Nice.
Thanks. And people...
good move, right?
Very nice of you. Very nice. We went. You know how many coupons we got with that check? Okay.
Takes us out for their anniversary. That's fucked
That's
up,
a
right?
weird.
Thank you. What are you talking about? No.
You took out Opie and his wife for your anniversary.
Yeah.
And then you paid for dinner.
Was it our anniversary?
Yes. Because
you used coupons on your anniversary?
Yeah, we came from court. And they're not
from court.
Bonnie had a traffic ticket, but I almost got locked up in the courtroom because
I remember that.
The bailiff heard me call her a cunt.
You're kidding.
I didn't know you're not allowed to say that. I was talking to Bonnie. I didn't say you're a cunt. I go, she's and then because they made us go.
Yeah, but Rich, you can't fuck around in court.
Well, hold on, tell the story properly because I kind of forgot too.
Here's what happened. We went to court for
slow down a little bit.
A dumb ticket where she's going through a light. It turned red as she's going through because there was traffic.
Okay, but she got ticketed.
And she got ticketed.
So you got to go to court.
So we got there, and we didn't know anything. So we get there, we walk in. Hey, where do we go? It seems like we're aggressive, but we're not because we don't know where to go.
It seems like we're aggressive, but we're not. We're going to revisit that line.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So already they don't like us. But we were there first. Next thing you know...
I'll tell you why. It's because you're not a headliner.
Okay. And, so next thing you know, we're there first. Everybody's being called before us.
Yeah.
And now, because they put our ticket at the bottom. The one lady didn't like us.
Okay.
And, they put our ticket on the bottom on purpose. Yeah. So now we're going last. Then she talked to the prosecutor, because when you have those tickets, you can make a deal with the prosecutor and say, look, I'll pay you.
Sure, it's a traffic. Yeah.
Whatever.
There's usually some kind of a negotiation done.
He wouldn't give us a deal. And then we're back in the courtroom. I go, man, she's a fucking cunt. So we're leaving. I just said it to Bonnie, but I didn't say names or anything. And then as we're leaving, she said something to me, and I said something to her. And she goes, I could have had
Wait. She said something to you, and what did you say back to her? She said something to you. What did she say to you? Do you remember?
Like have a good day or something like, being sarcastic or whatever.
And then
I said, you know what? I know you put our ticket at the bottom.
Oh,
because we were there first. No, I know, but we're out of the courtroom.
I know, but
we're out of the courtroom.
It's already settled.
They have power.
Well, I didn't know that. So we're out of the courtroom.
I didn't know that.
We're out of the courtroom. I go, I know you put our thing on there. She goes, well, you came in here with that. I go, I didn't have an attitude. We just didn't know what we were doing. Sorry that we don't go to court every fucking day like these fucking people here. And then she goes, well, I could have had you arrested right in court for contempt of court. I go, we got to go. And then we just left. So we walked out. But how can you get me arrested for contempt of court when I'm talking to my wife? She doesn't know I'm talking about her or anything. I could say anything I want to my fucking wife.
And she knew that because nothing happened.
Yeah. That's why she didn't have me arrested.
Yeah, because she was mad and was trying to say something to save face. Yeah. But obviously they couldn't do much of anything.
How are they going to arrest me?
I remember going in for a traffic court, and the judge came in and said, I'm just going to let everybody know, when you come up here to speak to me, I want your shirts tucked in.
Oh, Christ.
And it's like, all right, he's being whatever, but that's what he's saying to everybody in the court. But one guy walked up with baggy pants and his shirt untucked, and the judge was really lenient with him and said, okay, you're all set. And the guy starts to walk out, and the judge goes, wait, hold on one moment. Sir, did you not hear my announcement? And he says, oh, yeah. And he goes, put him in jail. He threw him in jail
for having his shirt out.
For having his shirt untucked.
See, that I was in court. There was a judge in Plainfield where I grew up. He was ruthless. And I was in court for traffic, whatever. And this Jamaican guy got in a fight and stabbed somebody, cut him. And the Jamaican guy goes, well, I don't know how to fight. That's why I used a knife. I swear to God, the judge goes, well, you'll learn in jail.
Oh, wow. That is brutal.
You know, but there's
some moments that you just can't talk back. And there's some moments where you just have to, pulled over by a cop. You're appearing for something in court. You have to just,
you just got to suck it up. By the way, before we get too far ahead here, Baxter Buddy 1 on Twitter goes, Voss said he only has trouble with one letter, SH
and GH. Hey, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I got 5 CDs, bitch. My last one hit the Billboard charts. All right, fucking big career. Driving a fucking beautiful BMW, sitting here. I guess my fucking little list has not held me back.
I think the guy made a good point.
Hey, listen, just because you're on Twitter and you think you know everything, you don't know everything, because Rich is the headliner, okay? He knows what he's talking about. All right? Forget about it.
When I had roommates, like we were 21, we used to party. Me 2 or 3 roommates.
Yeah.
So we had dogs. And they always get loose. So our neighbor always would make us go to court because our dogs got loose and went on his property.
Why did they get loose? They were sick.
Somebody
of
was
blowing
fucking them.
No, so
who's going to tag that?
I know. And I'd make my dog.
How about you give us a laugh, you fucking autistic fuck?
Well, I'm telling the court story.
At least Craig Gass is laughing.
I'm telling the court.
I'm gonna tell 10 more blowjob jokes until you laugh.
Carmelo Anthony over here of the comedy world.
So,
not fucking giving anything up.
I'm telling
Jesus.
He wants all the shots.
No, I was in the middle of a story.
Ball, you drooling mush mouth.
Okay, listener, I'm fucking telling the story.
Your dogs are loose.
So I had to go to court. So I was either playing.
So happy when he gave him back the story. He goes, okay.
I'm telling good stories.
They gave the ball back. Watch me just dribble for 20, 30,
Not
20
take a
seconds
shot.
to take a shot.
Yeah, that's all right.
Watch my ball handling.
Fucking shot from the fucking corner.
Why? I'm just trying to fucking kill the clock. So, okay, I got a 3-hour clock here. So anyhow, I was either playing ball or whatever, and I came to court in my shorts, the ones I used to wear to drug dealers, with a skateboard in my hand, and the judge, who was a cousin to my cousin, but he wasn't really to me, he goes, all right, 4 weekends in fucking jail, right? And I'm like, because I came to court, and I didn't know there was a dress code in court.
Yeah.
I was young, long hair. But then he goes, at the end, when they're ready to take me away, he suspended it.
Yeah.
I was fucking terrified. He said 4 weekends, so I could still work.
Wow.
Not that I had a job, but.
Suspended court for the weekend?
No, he suspended the sentence.
The sentence? Oh, wow.
For dogs being loose, you're going to send me a fucking tape.
You can't argue that, though. You can't argue like,
suck it up.
Listen, man, who really cares? Like, you're there. You gotta answer the charges, and you gotta suck it up and just play ball.
Did you see the girl online that she said something under her breath, and the judge gave her like 2 months?
Oh,
she was walking, huh?
It's a great video.
It is a great video.
It's 7 years old.
Yeah,
it's a great video.
What did she say?
I don't know. I don't time code my fucking Facebook videos.
Yeah, she makes some shitty. She makes some shitty comment to the judge, right?
Yeah, she said like the judge didn't know that she's a creator of funny mofos, and he gave her fucking 2 months in jail.
2 months in jail.
I think something like that.
Was it 2 months?
or an extra? Let's go to the video.
I thought it was, for some reason,
from our old MySpace page.
For some reason, I thought it was a guy. I thought it was
me.
And then after this, we'll talk about Charlie bit my finger, if you like.
What's that one? I didn't see it.
One of the most viral videos ever.
Oh, sorry. Let's play that one, too.
Once again, Craig got it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I know. This is really old.
It's the hottest new video taking over the internet. Charlie bit my finger.
Actually, we can play this again. This is amazing. She's just giggling and laughing and having a good old time about her sentences.
Oh, and she's a cute girl, too.
Yeah, go back to
cute
the
girl.
beginning of this. We'll play it again.
Life is good for her.
Yeah, she's like, whatever. This is whatever.
This is on Mediaite.
My name is Soto. You're being charged with possession of Xanax. B-A-R-S. I don't know what that is. What is that?
Xanax bars. That's how they refer to it.
Xanax bars. All right. I understand you're eligible for hotel service.
Yes. You're the only, no objection. She has no priors. She's being charged per pill, which is improper. It should just be 1 count.
Ms. Soto, are you working?
Yes.
How much money are you making a week, approximately?
Approximately about $200 a week.
Okay, and do you own any property of value? A house, a car, bank account, significant amounts of jewelry?
Yes.
What do you own?
I own a lot of jewelry, all right, as well as
Oh, boy.
Go ahead.
a car.
Well, how much would you say your jewelry is worth? It's not a joke, you know. We are not in a club now.
Okay, but it's
We are not in a club. Be serious about it.
It's a porn store.
You just made me
I can see
laugh.
you're serious, all right.
You just made me laugh. I apologize.
It's all right. How much is your jewelry worth?
It's worth a lot of money.
Like what?
Like Rick Ross.
Huh?
Oh, God.
It's worth
Ma'am,
money.
have you had any kind of drugs in the last 24 hours?
Actually, no.
Actually, no.
Judge, I'll make it easy for the court, respectfully. I'll accept appointment at this time.
No, I'm going to appoint you because you own a lot of substantial amounts of jewelry. You can go and sell your jewelry.
Lawyer's trying to help her.
Jewelry for a private attorney. What is the standard bond?
It should be,
Ain't going to be no PTS.
okay, 5,000 on count 1, and then the rest should be ROR.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Oh.
Come back, ma'am.
Here it is.
Come back.
Here it is. So it's done. All she has to do is walk away. She goes, adios, giggles, and then and turns.
Playful, cute girl.
Yeah. And
Okay, adios.
And then the judge is like, okay, come back. And here we go.
Dipshit.
We could have played it from here, by the way, but that's
This paper
okay.
again.
Oh, look, she
Give
thinks
me the
it's a
paper
game.
again, he says.
Count 1 will be 10,000.
The look on her
I am
face.
serious. Adios.
Oh, and she flips him
Come
off.
back again.
She flips him off.
Pause.
Oh, my God. What a fucking idiot.
So he gives her the adios, $10,000, and then she walks away and gives him the finger. So he's like, all right, come back again.
Yep. Oh, what
I forgot about all the
fucking
details
idiot.
of this very old viral video. Let's push play again.
Bring her back again.
All right, she's coming back.
Give me the paper.
What's up?
I believe I heard you saying to...
Yes, I did. I'm not going to the...
I believe you... Did you say...
Yes,
me?
actually, I
Did you say that?
Yes, sir, I did.
Oh, you did say that?
I'm not
I
gonna
find you in
lie.
direct criminal contempt. 30 days in the county jail.
Okay, that's fine.
30 days in the county jail.
I believe that she is represented by the public defender. I don't know if there needs to be-
It's not being represented by the public defender.
Okay.
Your Honor, appointed from the contempt matter.
Without credit time, sir.
Mr. Snyder, when you tell the court in open court, you, I mean, that's criminal contempt.
Judge, I'm just asking if Your Honor would consider.
Oh, and her lawyer's just shaking his head.
I'm sorry.
To appoint you.
Is that it? I think it's about it, right?
And I heard exactly what Your Honor heard, and I don't think Your Honor is deserving of any comments, any negative comments, and Your Honor.
Oh, and the judge is agreeing. I mean, the lawyers agree with the judge.
There's some issues here that are going on.
All right, now he's like, saying, look, she's got
She's doing the Judd Nelson in Breakfast Club. You're getting detention, like, so, go ahead, give me more.
Right.
2 weeks of detention. Yeah. How about 3? Yeah. Like, she's, what a fucking idiot.
What an idiot. So, went from nothing to, what was it, $10,000 and then 30 days in jail.
Well, it was $5,000 bail, right? I mean, her bail.
If you're just now joining the broadcast, we're trying to teach Rich a lesson about how to behave in court.
Exactly. No, I haven't gone to court in I wasn't going to court, that was my wife. I was just there sticking up for her.
I saw something about you.
Well, hold on, Dr. Opie's ready.
It was a little documentary for PBS on comedians or something.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? A couple years back?
I was on it.
Yeah, Paul turned me on to this.
Get the fuck out of here.
A modern comedian. Oh. It was a series that, was it on PBS? Paul, do you remember?
I don't know if I think it was just a PBS digital.
All right, but you can find them on YouTube.
Yeah, it was good.
They did a lot of the guys we know and love here, certainly. And one of them was Rich Voss. And they talked to you about how you love a good deal and love collecting coupons and free shit, even though you're never going to use it.
Yeah,
you at least admitted it. You said you were playing around at golf somewhere, and they gave you 4 free passes for whatever reason, and you knew you were never going to be back in this area of the country, but you still had to take the free passes.
But I gave them to somebody at the end of the day.
No, but then they're in your house, and you were basically admitting you got so much stuff. But you can't help yourself because you got some weird OCD and you can't throw this shit away, even though you know you'll never go back to that area and play that round of golf.
Yeah, I know. I wonder where that was.
You remember that?
And I can't find the passes.
Is it a real thing?
Yeah, but I did give the passes away at the end of the day.
But it sounds like, according to this documentary, you got a lot of this stuff, not just these.
I just moved all this stuff to our storage unit downstairs. I got tons, coffee makers.
Yeah.
Like 2 beautiful ones still in. I got stuff in boxes I don't even open.
That somebody gave you?
Well, you get them in gift bags, or you get them. Like I was at a golf tournament, and if you just signed a thing, they sent you a brand new Keurig or something.
Right.
Just, and they get to test their coffee.
Yeah.
And this has got to be a couple $100 thing. I got boxes. I got 40 pairs of sneakers.
So what's your intention? You think you're going to sell them someday on eBay? Is that why
I would never do that.
He's a hoarder.
You just can't let it go. So, what do you think in your mind that someday I'm going to use this someday?
Well, I'm starting to wear my sneakers.
Yeah. But with the coffee maker, you think someday I'm gonna use it,
or give it to somebody as a gift?
You just never do anything with it, but you think that someday you're gonna.
Someday, if say my wife leaves me, now I have a coffee maker.
If my wife leaves me, what are the odds of that happening?
Well, I tell you, I mean,
why don't we have a garage sale?
I would love to, but see, I can't.
You make some good money off that.
No, I got a $200 coffee maker.
All right.
What are you going to sell at the garage sale? $10?
All right, so put it on eBay. It'll start adding up.
No, I can't.
You're a mini hoarder.
I just sold 2 sets of golf clubs for like nothing just to get rid of them, and they were pings. They were nice.
See, I'm the complete opposite. Minimalist. I have to get rid of everything, including friendships.
Yeah.
Jesus. Wow.
I never liked you anyway, so go fuck yourself.
I guess you started with your hair.
Holy shit.
Jesus, what a mean person. See, all this stuff here.
I have to get rid of. I have to get rid of stuff, and I think it goes back to when I was doing radio. Everything had to fit in the back of a car. I moved a lot, so I never had a chance to accumulate things.
Are you getting rid of anything now?
We're pretty good lately.
Oh, okay, let me know.
Yeah. There is something about doing an event where they give you a gift bag, and it's like, oh, even if you don't necessarily need anything in the gift bag, it's like, oh, that's cool. I've done a couple of roasts where they, hey, by the way, everybody who was on the dais gets to take a gift bag. It's like, oh, that's cool. And I don't know why, but I'll hang on to that for a while before I realize I don't need any of this shit.
Well, I keep all the VIP passes or all my TV show stuff,
I do that too.
I got
stuff like that is
I
cool.
get that.
Yeah. I got tons in the basement of shit, I got 2 gigantic posters from both Oscars that I worked on. And those I had framed, but that kind of stuff is cool.
Yeah, of course.
But
a coffee maker, get rid of that.
Well, I don't know who to give it to, because everybody has one.
Let me go to your house for 2 hours.
Let's do a giveaway.
Oof.
No.
For 2 hours, and I'll only throw the stuff away that
that
I know you'll never use.
I have clothes. I have.
Let me go through
shirts
all of it.
That I haven't even worn.
So you feel like you have to give it to somebody, right?
Well, I put a lot of stuff in those fucking Goodwills, but I'm putting in fucking, True Religion and fucking Hugo Boss and Goodwill things. like fucking polo shirts, because I buy
only headliners will wear True Religion shirts.
No, but I did. What do you call it? I had 2 Rolexes and I traded them in for one, so I could only have one now.
For a better one, 2
and an extra money.
Good.
That way, because I never wore one of them, so I said, you know what, I'll trade them in.
All right,
and
we get how that works.
Does it bother Bonnie? Does it bother Bonnie that you keep shit? Does it bother her?
She's one of the possessions. I'm trying. She's a hostage, though.
But let's get rid of the coffee maker and things like that.
I got 2 of them. Who cares? You know where we got one from?
Me?
Your wife. And you, yeah.
Are you using that one?
Nope.
Yeah.
No. Nope.
I personally
That's a long pause.
You know what?
Are you talking about the espresso maker?
Yeah.
That shit is dope. Yo.
But the only problem we don't, because we don't have room to put all that stuff in our, but I just made a lot of room. And so now we're going to set one of them up.
Do you like coffee?
I love it.
You'll love that machine for real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have one?
Yes.
I want an espresso maker. That's pretty awesome. But I'm assuming you have one in the house. That's why you're not opening the other one.
Actually,
we have a shitty coffee pot.
Nespresso, actually.
Nespresso?
Nespresso used to only make espresso, and then they finally said, oh, okay, we would do much better if we do individual cups of coffee. And that's when their business, I think, exploded.
See, my problem is I like spending, like I just bought, and there was no reason, a French roast where you make coffee. You know what I mean? You pour the coffee in the bottom.
I know
those
how that
things
works.
make good coffee.
Yes.
And like my problem is spending. Like I was in the fucking at a club a couple weeks ago in the dressing room, and I got bored, so I just went online and bought a bunch of T-shirts. But I got cool ones. I got a New York Doll. I got fucking Tom Waits, and I got Reservoir Dogs. But I'm an old man buying T-shirts online because I get bored.
And it's time for you to go on stage, and you're still wanting to stay online and keep buying T-shirts? Or?
No, it's between shows.
Yeah.
I just bought, I get sneakers when the Nikes come out.
That's okay. I mean, he's a recovering drug addict. I'd rather have him, how many shopping for clothes and relapsing.
How many sneakers do I have?
Yeah.
Just this year, I spent $3,000 on Nikes, I think. But I just got 2 pairs of Space Jams, which you can't get.
He mentioned that before we went on the air, and I was like, what? And he goes, Space Jams. I got, 2 pairs. And I, what? Like, these are sneakers. Those are Space Jams?
No, these are 12s. These are 12s.
Well, I don't know what that means.
Jordan 12s.
See, they're very nice. I'll give it to you, but I never understood the sneaker culture thing.
Here's the difference.
I'll get a nice pair of sneakers, but besides that, I just got like 4 or 5 total pairs of sneakers, and most of them are ratty.
I probably got
knockarounds.
40 or 50. But
40 or 50 pairs
of sneakers.
That would drive me nuts if that was all in my house.
The problem is I go on stage, so I have to, wear nice sneakers.
But 50 pairs,
I bought a lot of PF Flyers and Pro Keds and stuff.
I have no idea what a PF Flyer is.
It's before they came out, way before Converse. They were back in the day.
So you have to find these on eBay somewhere.
No, they brought them back. They're like retro or whatever. Yeah, but they're fucking PF. But I don't wear. They're canvas sneakers.
Yeah, there they are. You've seen these, Craig.
PF.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
there's many versions of those now.
PF Flyers. They're fucking. There goes the Space Jams.
I don't mean, when my sneakers get ratty, I go get a new pair of Vans, and I'm good.
Yeah. See, but
what's your most expensive pair of sneakers? How much?
Those ones right there, $220.
For a retro pair of Converse?
No, for the
$220?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
bad.
Oh, fuck, man.
But I got 2 pairs.
People was walking around with some Yeezys from Kanye.
And those Yeezys are really hard to get a hold of.
They're like $1,000 or something like that.
I can make a call and get them.
Huh?
I can make a call and get those.
200.
Oh, really? Can you tell if they're fake or not? I wanted to make fun of Kanye West's sneakers, but they're kind of cool.
What are the ones that are so expensive? Let me see what they look like.
They're kind of cool. I wouldn't wear the black one. I would wear the color that DJ it.
They're not even high top.
They're cool though. I don't mind them.
They look comfortable.
Yeah, they look very comfortable.
Yeah.
Did you see Kanye met with Trump today?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
What is going on at Trump Tower? People are just marching through there and kissing the ring. Is that what's going on?
Trump cleared his schedule for 15 minutes to hang out with Kanye.
We have a theory. Actually, Paul and Lewis behind the scenes said Kanye will be performing at the inauguration.
I thought about that afterwards because I know there was that's been a story that he's struggling to get people to perform at his inaugural. But could you really see Kanye and anybody showing up for that?
Yeah.
Well, where do they perform? I forget. On the steps, like Aretha Franklin.
There's like different. Isn't there usually different parties around DC? Right, and then there's
all right. So that's a possibility. Yeah, but when he's being sworn in, remember when Obama got sworn in? I think it was Aretha Franklin up there singing her ass off.
Yeah,
so it's not that spot.
No,
you're not gonna have Kanye up there. Okay.
Yeah, it's my memory is that there's several shows that go on around DC, and everybody in entertainment comes out to perform. So. But Trump's been struggling to get somebody to
well, he's going to lose so many fans. Who's the rapper that just said, I don't believe in Black Lives Matter or something? Or
Lil Wayne.
Oh, okay.
Lil Wayne said that.
Well, he said he wasn't for it and he's not against it. He just doesn't believe in that.
He said right.
Well, this Kanye meeting Trump.
It's hilarious.
But keeps reason a mystery. Everything's a mystery with this guy.
And Donald just got another blast of, looks like he just came out of the tanning booth. His teeth look really white, and he looks like he just got
No, they just pelt him with orange.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a spray tan,
I roasted him. Remember you were there? I could say I roasted the president. That's kind of fucking...
And I could say he's been on the radio show.
Yeah.
He was on here?
Not in studio, but a bunch on the phone.
And I blew him.
Fucked up, and Craig Gass blew him.
I blew him, and I can't find the fucking picture. I was on my knees.
Oh, wait, that's right.
Simulating like I was blowing him at the Trump Taj Mahal. It was me and Artie, and we did a show that turned into a benefit for the first responders on the weekend after September 11th.
I was supposed to do that with you guys.
Yeah, and Trump showed up, walked in, and there's a bunch of press there, and I said, you want a funny picture? How about a shot of me blowing Don? I got on my knees, and I started like I was blowing him, and there were dozens of copies that you could find on the internet if you just search my name and Donald Trump, and now you can't find a single one.
Why?
That's weird.
It's gone, and I've actually been trying to track it down. Anyone who can help me find any of those photos, I'll give you $100 if you can get it back to me. I'll give you $100 if you can find the photos.
And I'll give you $125 if you can find me at the Pocono concert with the bikers.
Blowing them.
Wait, I can't believe he let you do that picture.
Well, the reason why is because we had raised money in these giant water jugs. And it's right after September 11th. It's 3-4 days after September 11th. And people fill these giant water jugs with 20s and 100s. For the first responders. So when Donald showed up, they said, Donald, you want to get some pictures with the comedians over here? And then someone had the idea of, hey, let's have Donald hold the money that we raised. And he's got these two giant water jugs, and he looked really awkward holding these two giant water jugs. And that's when I was hammered at the time, and I said, I got a great picture for you. How about a shot of me blowing Don? And he couldn't stop me.
Wow.
And his security was looking at me. They wanted to destroy me. His security was furious with me. But it was a funny moment.
That sounds like a funny moment.
Yeah, it was a funny moment, and Donald wasn't happy with it, but...
I got to see that picture.
But I used to be able to Google my name and Donald Trump, and I could find dozens of copies of from different angles. There was like 10, 12 photographers there taking pictures of it, and you can't find it.
Yeah, we tried the last time.
And you cannot find it. It's off the internet.
Well,
But I'm tracking down the photographers who were there that night, so I've been backtracking and finding him.
They used to have a comedy club at the Taj with and I was there with my ex-wife. I'm working the club.
Was she a comedian too?
No. No. So he's there, and he walks up. Yeah, I see him, and I think he was with Marla Maples. Then that's who.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was my ex. And I said to him,
hot, by the way.
I went up to him. I go, "How you doing?" It's a pleasure. I'm working your comedy club here. And he looks at my wife and goes, you have a very attractive wife. And all I'm thinking is, please, dear God, let my wife leave me for this man because it'll make me famous. Please.
You'd be so rich.
Fucking walk away with him.
That's like, I know a guy.
Were you nudging her?
My wife was very good looking. My ex-wife was very good looking. Still is. But
I know a guy who works in merchandising in the music business, and he's a big Kiss fan. He's got Kiss tattoos on his legs, and he saw Gene Simmons at a party. And his wife said, go talk to him, that's your hero. And so he finally gets the courage to go up and go, hey, Gene, my name's Sean. I work in merchandising, and you're the reason I'm in the business. Gene doesn't say anything. So he thinks, all right, well, I already started this. I might as well keep going. I dressed like you every year for Halloween. I bought all the toys, and Gene is listening to him going, right. Mm-hmm,
got a delivery here for Mr. Horse?
What? You got a boss?
Why do you look like a fucking rat?
I just went out to get your food.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
He's in the middle of telling a story.
I know. It's
perfect. Your new bit stinks.
I wanted to make sure. I went out to get the food, so I brought it back for him. Roland asked me to help him out and do him a favor. It was just something nice to do.
Where's my diet soda?
What are you drinking?
Forget nothing.
You really shouldn't drink the diet soda. There's too many cyclamates and chemicals in it.
All right. Thank you. Don't bite me.
So get a seltzer.
Thank you. Okay.
Club soda.
All right.
It's from the Carnegie. Enjoy.
Thank you.
The bit's killing. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
This is Dennis's new bit. He's done it like 2 or 3 times.
That's Dennis Falcone?
Yeah, where he just...
Oh, Dennis, how are you?
His new bit is to just barge in.
Good to see you.
No,
Great job,
you don't
Dennis.
have to sit down. He's in the middle of telling a good story.
Pull up a seat.
No, go.
Jesus,
you lost tourists out there at the Carnegie
control.
Deli.
Holy fuck.
It was just something nice to do for a friend during the holidays.
Oh, thank you.
What are you wearing?
It's my hat. It's my Kangol. And I got a little neck warmer on.
It's not that cold out.
It's not cold out. It's
I played golf yesterday.
It's not cold out. It's going to be cold Friday.
Thermal on. I got a vest.
Some kind of Arctic blast is heading our way.
Cold.
Yeah.
Cold. It's like winter out there.
I wish you were wearing a noose around your neck.
I got you the food.
I thank you.
I
already got the food, so what am I supposed to do?
All right, enjoy. You want a seltzer?
No, thank you.
All right, Dennis, thank you. I mean, seriously,
Bottle of
Craig was in the middle of a very good story.
All right, let's rewind. Craig, hit it from the top.
Richard. So when you met Trump, was he? Is that the only time you met him?
Well, when I roasted him that time,
and then when you roasted him, and how was he? Did he set up rules for you guys? Wasn't there like a thing where you
this
can't?
was at the Friars. It wasn't for TV. It wasn't a TV one. It was after they split up the Friars and Comedy Central.
Yeah.
But the Friars still did their roast every year. There was like 2,000 people in the fucking Hilton.
It was crazy.
Oh, that's right.
And I was scared to death. Everybody killed before me except one person. Like, they just killed.
Who's the one person didn't kill?
I don't know. I think...
Oh, you know.
No,
if you're saying everyone killed but one person, you probably know the name.
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's on like Law and Order. Anyhow,
Jerry Orbach?
No, yeah. No.
I think Jerry was on that roast that we did of Richard Belzer.
Yeah.
And then,
speaking of who might not have done well.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. Back in the day, he was fucking, great comic. He was a great crowd.
He fell off a little bit?
Well, he started doing TV and stopped doing comedy.
I messed him up. Hey,
but he was a great comic back in the day.
Craig, I want to hear the rest of that story for real.
Gene's, I
know he fucked up the timing and all,
I didn't do it.
No, I didn't say you did.
Well, because Rich told the story about being with his first wife, and Donald comes up, and Rich is trying to talk to him, and he says, you have a very beautiful wife, without even acknowledging Rich. A friend of mine saw Gene Simmons at this party and said, Gene, I just want to tell you, I'm a big fan. You're the reason I'm in the business. And the whole time, Gene is looking at him and looking at his wife, looking at him, looking at his wife, and then he finally goes, right.
Are you done? Great. Now, who's your sister?
He didn't even acknowledge any of the praise that the guy was giving him. So when you talk about Donald, I feel like he's a similar guy to Gene Simmons. Like,
but he was nice to me. He was like, oh, it's a pleasure to me. I said I'm working your club,
and he was cool at the roast.
Well, I don't remember. I don't even know if I met him at the roast. I don't know if I talked. I don't think I talked to him.
No one really got to talk to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then we had a little thing afterwards. He wasn't around.
Do you ever hear about comics getting upset after roasts about things that are said about them?
Yes, I've done a roast. Bonnie and I did a roast. It was an in-house for Comedy Central. And
in-house, so it wasn't
someone was leaving Comedy Central, Lou Wallach, who was there forever.
Okay.
And they asked me to host and Bonnie and a bunch of comics. And me and Bonnie and DeRosa were fucking ruthless. I mean, that's a roast.
Yeah.
And a lot of the comics seemed like they thought it was a toast, not a fucking roast. And I said that. I go, look,
how could they think that?
Well, no, that's their mindset.
Yeah.
I go, no one's getting a fucking watch.
Yeah.
Okay. This fucking guy got fired. All right. So some people, just a lot of, I don't want to say their names, a couple of them alternative comics or whatever. Like one guy though was great. He caught on backstage before, and he started writing. He was funny as hell.
Wow, that's a ballsy move, because roasts are fucking really long homework assignments. It takes a long time to put together good roast.
Well, I mean, we used to do the ones at Boston Comedy Club, Patrice and Norm.
That's the first time I ever saw Patrice. I didn't know. I had just moved here in 1998, and I was living down the road. I was like 10 blocks from Boston. I was living with Mitch Hedberg, and the Boston Comedy Club was 10 blocks away, and there was a roast going on that night. I didn't know who any of these comics were, but they were all amazing. I made the mistake of when I would get a set at 1:30 in the morning, I'd come in at 9 o'clock and watch the whole comedy show. And I'd watch guys like Voss and Bill Burr and go, fuck, I don't want to do this. Like, it was so stupid to watch the other comics because I was just so intimidated by everybody. But at one of those roasts, Patrice was furious that someone was doing their set. And I don't remember who it was. You were there, though.
I hosted Patrice's roast.
Okay, but I don't know if it was Patrice's roast or one that Patrice was on the dais for, but he was furious that one of the comics went up and started doing their act. And then Patrice walked off stage, went into an office, grabbed an old school Yellow Pages, and threw the phone book at the comic that was trying to do the roast. It was one of the scariest things I've ever seen. And I remember thinking, like, these comics are fucking nuts, man.
Well, Erock saying it was Kevin Hart.
No, that's a different story. We were fucking... Kevin Hart I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
Kevin Hart was moving to L.A., and he was having, like, a little thing at Boston Comedy Club. So maybe he was started doing whatever. Me, Keith Robinson, and Patrice were in the back room, and there was these like 10 phone books.
Kevin Hart.
There was phone books back there. It wasn't a roast. It was like a going away thing.
Okay.
And me, Keith, and Patrice started throwing phone books at him from the stage. Right?
I do remember.
Yes, that's what it was.
I do remember Patrice going, "You're doing your fucking act," and he just looked over and went, "Shut up."
It was Kevin. It was Kevin.
You guys ever? And he kept doing stand up, and Patrice was furious.
You can't tell Patrice to shut up ever.
Yeah.
We're heading. Well, now I guess.
What?
He's no longer with us.
I do an impression of.
Let's hear it.
What?
Patrice?
No, Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, Mitch? Let's hear it.
What the fuck's wrong with you, you sick fuck? You just play dead.
Wow. Right after Opie does a dead guy joke, Rich does a dead guy joke, and we all step away and go.
I kind of backed off. I realized that's just that's wrong. We should take our first break.
Wow.
We got a lot. Yeah, I don't even know if we did anything, but that was fun. We got lots to do today. We got Judy Gold coming in. We also have the Santa story. Did you see the Santa story?
Yeah, no. It's brutal.
No,
I'm trying to find the audio. They interviewed Santa.
Dude, there's another brutal story. Did you try to watch Monday Night Football last night?
I watched the first half.
They put a story on right before kickoff, and I went, what the fuck? They put on a heartbreaking fucking story 20 minutes before kickoff. That was brutal.
What was it?
It was about this kid who lives up in New England who had the tumor.
Yeah, I saw it on ESPN this morning.
And they got a live shot of him. He's on the field. He had a tumor, and he got this tumor removed and had a lot of complications, but he survived it. And he asked the doctor who removed the tumor to put a number 12 on his skull, to stamp his skull with a number 12 because he's such a big Tom Brady fan. And the doctor does that for him, and he gets...
What kind of stamp?
And he gets to... Wait,
was it a tattaoo? What kind of stamp was the 12?
You know what? You gotta see the story. I don't know how they do that, but they put a 12 on his skull.
He got to go to the game?
And, well, he survives all of that, and then he finds out a few weeks ago that the tumor's back, and it's way more vicious, and he
12 times as much.
12 times as much, and he says he said they got him on TV, and he says, if there's anything you could have, what would you want? And he said, I just don't want to die.
Oh,
I don't want to die. And it's like, oh my God. And they show him he's on the field. Tom Brady met with him. It's an amazing story.
Right.
But holy shit, it was brutal.
That's fucking horrible.
It's and right before kickoff.
Right before
I'm getting ready to watch the
good game.
I got food. I'm ready to watch it, and I'm starting my period because of this.
Can I ask you a real, what's the purpose of that?
Did
they end up raising money for other kids, or what is the purpose of that to make us feel incredibly sad?
And the end game of the story is he's on the field for this game.
Right.
He's going to watch Brady on the field,
right.
But he's got just a limited amount of time left.
It's fucked up.
He's 10 years old.
It's fucking horrible. They asked me to come do that at the Giants game because I have a herniated disc.
You're not right. When he said that was horrible, he didn't really mean that, by the way. This guy has no fucking
I was going to say, as soon as he said that.
Anytime I hear about kids, I get upset.
Did you hear about the kid with Santa?
No, I didn't hear
I'm trying to find the interview just before.
No. I hate,
right there, bro.
Let's wait till after we eat.
This is brutal. I want to see you.
I haven't seen this yet.
Let's do it right now.
No, after.
Let's do this right the fuck now and get it over with.
No.
All right, wait. So we got a sick kid. He's 5 years old.
Okay.
His last question to Santa was, "Can you help me?" Have you seen this yet?
I haven't seen it. I heard the story, but I haven't seen it.
You know, when I saw Southpaw, I had tears in my eyes.
Can we get Rich to cry for the first time in his life?
I cried when I saw Southpaw.
Yeah, make it more about you.
You're the one who just said I have no emotion, you fucking asshole.
But you cry at a dumb movie?
Yeah, because it was about that lady.
Oh, yeah.
Well, some movies make you.
This is real life.
Tear you up. I'm not watching.
Although someone is bitching in Hollywood about how they're pulling this bullshit for the Oscars with these sad movies.
What does it have to do with the Oscars? How does this video tie into the Oscars?
No, with what he's saying with sad movies and stuff. Maybe it is a stretch. Was it Morgan Freeman? There was an article. All right, I got to find it during the break, but basically saying it's bullshit what Hollywood's doing. They're getting these really fucking sad movies out there in time for the Oscars.
Here's the story.
All right, here you go. Terminally ill,
Santa
5-year-old
Claus
boy.
and a dead baby.
Why are you playing this? It's sad.
I want to see if you have any emotions.
Hold on. Stupid.
What do you mean, stupid?
No, this thing's just started playing, and I can't.
This guy already has major tears in his eyes. Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. This is a dead ringer for Santa Claus.
Right. All right, go ahead. Yeah, he looks.
You have to start off that jolly voice, that kind of stuff, since, what's this I hear you're going to be missing Christmas this year?
Oh, great question, Santa.
Really?
Way to read the
You're
room.
not going to miss Christmas. Y'all's already had your present already. We knew you wanted this for a long period, or a long time. And he's like, really? Sure. I got it right here for you. Brought it up to him, and he could barely unwrap it, So I helped him. And he saw the Paw Patrols, that put a grin on his face, and he kind of laid back in the pillow.
Can you pause for a second?
Is Rich the most sensitive comedian?
You weren't even doing that for the bit?
You were actually just eating.
Are you sure? Okay. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm not.
I've known you a long time, and I'm not sure.
Yes, I'm not a prop actor.
Because we were laughing because it's hilarious, but then I'm thinking, I think he truly doesn't realize that he's eating on the mic while we're listening to this horrendous. Okay, all right, I'll give you that one. All right, back to the story.
He looked at me and says, "No." He says, "They tell me I'm dying." I says, he just kind of looked like he had that look on his face, like he wasn't really grasping it, And I'm like, "Can you do me a favor?" And he goes, "Sure." So you're just like that, sure, that kind of thing. He says, "You get those pearly gates. You just tell them you're Santa's #1 elf." You're like, "I am?"
Santa's losing it.
You sure are. They'll let you in. I'm sure they'll let you right in. He goes, "They will?" I said, "I know it." So he just came up and he gave me a big hug. I had hold of him. He just kind of looked up at me and he says, "Santa, can you help me?" And that's when he passed. I just felt him go limp. I didn't know he passed out of me. And I looked at him. He was all sucked in. And I kind of looked back to the window. And that's when the mother started yelling and screaming, "No, not yet." So they came running in.
There was a parent there, right? Going, "Can you hurry it along? We've been waiting 2 hours to see Santa! This kid is dead, you stupid bitch!" Right. Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the goddamn...
Santa throws the kid on the ground. "You insensitive cunt!"
We've been online for 2.5 hours.
Oh, that's horrible.
Wow. That's brutal. I go back to this.
Well, there's no reason to keep. Why you watch?
What?
We get it.
It's 20 seconds.
I would have fired him.
Santa, can you help me?
What a
brutal story.
I took off running. Literally. All just like I have now. I'm sorry. But basket case for 3 days after that.
Oh, you gave him 3 days, did you?
Wow.
That's sad.
What city did that happen in? What city did that happen in?
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
That's brutal.
Kid dies in Santa's arms.
In his arms, 5 years old. Like, how was that set up? Did he agree to this?
And
I would assume that this was set up ahead of time.
No, they didn't know.
I believe it was a thing where
Yes, Paul.
they knew that the kid was going to be dying and he wanted to see Santa, so he ran
to the front of the line.
Front of the line. While all the other kids complained.
Oh, that's sad, man.
Go ahead, Paul. Sorry.
Wow.
No, he went to the hospital to meet the kid.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I was going to say, if it happened at a mall, wouldn't there be video footage of, like, kid drops dead,
terrible.
At the mall, there'd be a huge scene. Yep.
What are you doing?
It was stuck in my throat.
What is that?
A chip.
A chip?
It didn't go. It was stuck right here, and I could feel it.
See, he'll do anything.
No,
Let me explain what happened, Craig.
Nothing
He'll do anything because he started feeling something.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Holy fuck! I'm actually feeling something very foreign. I've never had this feeling before."
Yeah.
So he
I felt the
distracts,
chip in my
and then he
throat.
chokes himself to get him out of the situation.
I have to tell you something. Yesterday, I told you the story about Dane Cook doing an incredible thing.
Right.
Somebody close to me passed away who was 16. Her mom has been in just a deep depression. The only thing that makes her happy, and the only time anyone's ever seen her laugh in the last year, is when she watches Dane Cook doing stand-up. And me and Rich and Dane are hanging out and laughing and in the Comedy Store for like 45 minutes. And then Dane offers to do a video. So we do a video thing. And we started having this emotional story about how he says, I go to the children's hospital down the road to see kids. It'll change your life. Right. And Rich goes, it's funny. Remember the movie you did with us, Women Aren't Funny? I go, we started talking about this movie. And we were having this emotional moment. So when you say that it comes, like when it gets emotional, he has to bring it back to him. I swear to you, he actually, and it did have some kind of angle though. Right. Rich had some kind of angle. He said, it reminds me of the movie we did.
Because he doesn't want people to think he's an asshole. That's why he finds the angle. Goes, I could get out of this emotional thing that's happening in front of my eyes. There's a moment
in Women Aren't Funny that I know is real, where Bonnie is behind him carrying their kid. Rich walks in first into a building, opens the door, and lets the door slam.
Yeah, right in her face.
I know that's real. I know that's a real moment.
And the choking thing. He set that
was
up.
You
set that
up. How can you set up choking? Unless you're with bikers.
We're in the middle.
No.
Right in the middle of his story.
Can you play that again, Eric, possibly?
I remember
the sound.
When you were telling that Dane Cook just now, I go, why is that story so familiar?
Yeah, that was.
You don't even remember having that conversation?
No, we were at the Comedy Store.
At the Comedy Store, in the back room.
That was so nice because he made a video for the lady, right?
Yeah. And that was like
he's a fucking good guy, Dane.
And that night, that's when, I've always gotten along with him, but that night, when we were all hanging out, and Dane was telling us shit that I was like, wow, this is some really personal shit. I remember just throwing out, I always heard there was a rumor about, whatever. And he was like, well, here's what happened with that. And he was really casual and cool, and then he did that thing for me, and then told us a story about hanging out at the children's hospital.
I got a guy, Kevin. He's one of my regulars. I want to hear Louis Anderson be the Santa in that situation.
Oh boy, it was terrible. That baby was hanging out of my arms, and I just got so hungry. I just dropped that baby off and just went and had some apple pie. Oh yeah, that was great.
That's my Mark Gastineau impression for some reason yesterday. Yeah. Mark, did you see the picture of Mark Gastineau? No, I can't do a Mark Gastineau impression, so I started doing Louis Anderson because he looks like
that's
Louis.
Mark Gastineau these days.
Hey, remember me?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to fuck people up in football. Yeah, now, oh boy, do I love chocolate. Oh yeah.
You're late.
Hey,
You're
Judy
late.
Gold! You're late. It's Judy's show.
Judy's show.
It's
wow, you
Judy's
got makeup on.
show.
I had an audition. Hi, honey.
You look so good.
All right, we got to take a break. While you do hugs, we do have to take a break.
You have an audition?
Rich.
Don't start being an asshole.
No,
Rich!
What?
Focus for a second. We got to play this clip, then we got to take a break, then we got to get Judy on because we're like 20 minutes late for a break.
Cool.
Eric is going to. So the setup is it's getting pretty emotional here, and this guy doesn't want to deal with any emotions. So then he starts, quote, choking on a chip. We got the audio. Go ahead.
Video footage of like kid drops dead. Terrible. At the mall, there'd be a huge scene. Yep.
What are you doing?
It was stuck in my throat.
Is that today?
That just happened right before you walked in.
A 5-year-old dying in Santa's arms. This guy doesn't want to deal with emotions, so all of a sudden he's choking on a chip.
A 5-year-old died in Santa's arms?
You look great with makeup.
Thank you.
Holy fuck.
Wait a minute.
You should walk around like that more often.
Yeah, but then I have to put it on. Wait, tell me what happened. Horrible.
You're sexy.
Like, who's the Santa?
We did the whole story. You're late, or you would have been part of it. Like,
was it in a... All right, I can't help if there's fucking traffic.
Do you have to wear sneakers or just...
Traffic on the subway? You live you live on the one
no,
line.
I took a car. Listen.
Oh, all right, listen. So there's a kid dying. He's 5 years old. Not funny. This is brutal.
Yeah.
And Santa went to the hospital, and basically the last question the kid asked was, "Can you help me, Santa?" And then the kid dies in his arms.
No way.
At the hospital. And he's giving an interview, I don't know, all over the place. This video's going everywhere.
I'd fucking quit the Santa thing.
And he just signed with 3 arts.
All right, more with Craig Gass, Rich Voss, and Judy Gold.
Jew nights, right?
Shut up, Rich. Why don't you admit you're a Jew?
I do. All the time.
With those fucking tattoos.
And
Hanukkah is the same
as Christmas.
Isn't that weird?
Year.
That never happens.
And when we come back, Rich and Judy are going to have a slap fight.
Off to a good start so far, Craig.
It has been fun. It's effortless.
Rich Voss in studio, and now Judy Gold.
How come, people get to stay for a whole week?
You're here. You're here now.
Right,
enjoy today.
I know, it's always like, enjoy your 2 hours. I give you a month.
I live in California, and I flew out to do the show. I flew out to just hang out.
Why are you going Jewy right away?
Judy's already shitting on me. I just met. I was so excited.
I flew out here.
She's been on the air 2 minutes. She's already being Jewy, complaining and stuff.
Oh, really? Well, if she was black, would you say she's being...
Oh, you're going to team up with Judy, are you?
No, remember? We're at war.
I'm going to team up me and this guy that does 18 people. You're in trouble.
Yeah, good.
We got Bobby Slayton back in the studio. Listen, let me tell you something, Rich. We're going to be hanging out here. We're going to have some Jewish food. We're going to talk about Jews, and we're going to act like Jews.
That's the reason, though. He's an L.A. guy. When the L.A. guy comes in, like, they camp out until they have to leave. Because I don't get him, man.
Rich, isn't it amazing?
I'm up for a Writers Guild Award.
What is amazing?
You are for the...
Opie's painting himself into a corner for the next L.A. guy that comes out. And you're like, hey, let that guy stay for a week.
Are you going to go to the Writers Guild Award?
I'm out of town.
What is she doing?
Who?
Judy. What's going on?
We're talking about my Writers Guild Award.
What's amazing?
It's not you. It's the whole crew.
Yeah, the whole crew. And my name wasn't on the list. Yeah, my name was on the list. I look on the Writer Guild, the nominees for the Writer Guild, and I'm looking, and I go there for the 88th
It's not Writer Guild, it's
Writers Guild. Yeah. Okay, so that's why you're only here for 2 fucking hours. So I'm looking at it.
Wait, let me choke on a potato.
Well, we know what it's not going to be. So anyhow,
on one of Rich's videos I was watching last night, in a special, he's got a couple words that he mispronounces in his special.
Ooh. Did I?
Yeah, there's if you watch Rich Voss live at the Comedy Attic or Comedy something.
I love the Comedy Attic.
It's right at the 1 minute mark. There was a couple words that I was like, wait a minute, he let that go? But
anyhow, so I'm
all right, so let's hear about your Writers Guild.
So I go to look at the nominees, and it's all the writers but me. I'm going, what the fuck? So I called the head, I emailed the head writer, he goes, call the Writers Guild. I have to fucking join. I got to be a member of the Writers.
Credit? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, but the Writers Guild is great.
But how much? I don't write that much.
But how much?
Well, if you do, it's a really good.
But I think that's bullshit. They should just have your name in there.
Yeah. Well,
and to join,
I had to. Yeah.
Right. To join is what you pay, right?
Yeah.
You just pay a fee.
I mean,
you don't get it automatic when you get a TV credit like the Oscars.
I think maybe the first time I wrote. I don't know.
And then it lapsed.
Because that was I don't know. It's not like
That's
after.
weird. Right, that is weird.
But at least put my name there, so I send him a...
I'm with you on that.
I just
man.
want
That's
the
bullshit.
fucking award. It's a cool-looking award.
And what is it for again?
For the Oscars, right? For the Oscars.
Oh, right,
Where do you put your awards?
Huh? In Bonnie's pussy.
Hey-oh! Hey-oh!
I think they worked this out before they walked in the studio.
Obviously, he has not gotten any awards.
Hey, Judy, I got a real question for you. Have you calmed down as far as the Trump stuff goes? I don't mean that I don't mean that in a bad way, by the way, because I know, like, leading up to the election and right after, you were out of your mind.
I thought you were pro-Trump.
I'm really upset about it.
Still?
I really am, yeah.
Still?
I really am.
What's the number one?
A lot of people are upset.
But some people are turning around. They're starting to say, I didn't vote for him, but I'm in now.
The number one is, I mean, I'm just going to get hate mail, but the fact is that he sort of spurs hate. I mean, you can't even say anything like, you know what? I don't think he's that smart. I don't think he's knows policy. I think he thinks, oh, I'll just call this one. This is the way it's going to work. But you know, there's a history. You might hate people who work in government their whole life, but they have some sort of knowledge of how the country works and why certain things are the way they are. He's not a curious guy, and he's such a misogynist. You know what? It's just really upsetting.
I think he's going into this going, I'll just hire the best people and I'll just sit back and watch.
But they're not the best people. Like, Rick Perry doesn't even know what the energy...
How unbelievable is that clip?
That's pretty wild. He forgot that. He said he's going to eliminate... At one of his debates...
Steve Perry from Aerosmith?
No, shut
Rick Perry. This is a real shit.
During
the debate.
He
couldn't remember, and that's what he's going to be running now.
He said he's going to eliminate 3 departments. One of them was the Department of Energy, but he couldn't remember that one during the debate.
And
so
I just have to correct.
And that's what he's going to be the head
of. And one of the 3 he wants to eliminate, that's what he's going to be now running. Here's the clip. It's amazing.
To correct, people are yelling out Journey at their speakers. Rich meant Journey. But
what did I say? Aerosmith?
Aerosmith,
yeah.
Oh, here's Rick Perry from the debate.
Which scientists have you found most credible on this subject? Well, I do agree that the science is not settled on this. The idea that we would put Americans' economy at jeopardy based on scientific theory that's not settled yet.
Oh yeah, that's a different clip.
Yeah, it's not the one.
That's the one where he say that climate change is one of the things that really...
It's a hoax, right?
...is concerning me. It's horrible. I mean, I was in Alaska 5 years apart, and it's unbelievable.
You saw the change?
Yes, it's unbelievable. I have a house on the Cape. They've had to lift all the houses up.
Right.
It's really a horrible...
It's starting to happen.
It's not fair to our children. It is... Just stop. You know, there's science. It's happening.
Well, there's a lot of deniers out there.
Yeah, I know. There were Holocaust deniers too.
Yeah, the deniers. That's
Trump's one of them. He doesn't believe in this.
It's ridiculous.
And he's putting people in place that also feel the same way he does.
Right.
So
he's putting our kids' lives in jeopardy. I'm sorry, but it's...
What do you mean they're lifting your houses in the Cape? Like, you got to pay to have them put...
They have to lift them up because the water is coming. Yeah. I can't even tell you. One of the parking lots is like completely destroyed. They have to redo.
But isn't
ocean water?
Are you talking about? But isn't Cape like a lot of gay? Maybe that's just God trying to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't because I'm
There's
neutral.
one part of the Cape that's gay.
Provincetown.
Right, Provincetown.
Yeah.
And that's where my house is. Yeah. But it's happening all over the Cape.
Oh,
and why don't you go fuck yourself? Okay.
Way to go, Judy.
Why don't you just take a big dick and... Oh, wait. Did you show... Is it Craig, right?
Craig, yeah.
Did you show Craig your dick picture that you show everyone?
No, by accident. I showed it to you by accident.
By accident, right.
Sorry.
You showed Judy your dick?
He hasn't seen one in a while.
Isn't it beautiful?
No, I didn't say
really?
that.
Yeah, I got gayer looking at that photo.
How did that come about where he's showing you his dick
He's like,
pic?
oh, let me show you a picture of... and then he's like, oh, shit. You know, it's just
See, he's so predictable.
And
just
it's
like
only
the choking on the chip.
No, that was an accident.
No,
I did.
Which was the accident? The chip or the picture?
The chip was real. The picture was an accident.
Have you showed Raina your dick picture?
That's disgusting. You don't talk about my kids like that. My older daughter, not my 9-year-old.
Look at you.
All right,
here you go, Judy. This guy says that, Trump is not full hate. It's Dan in Detroit. What's up, Dan?
I'm not saying Trump's not got hate to him. I think that Obama's divided this country into hate. Look at the things that happened with the soldiers that were dead. He never went to any of their funerals. Well, we're going to have fucking Trayvon Martin's fucking parents in there and all that shit. There's a divide in the country that's been long before Trump. So
I've heard that accusation before. How do you think Barack Obama is dividing us from, you saying because he's not going to funerals of soldiers?
No, not just soldiers, but when you're going to go after fucking thugs like Michael Brown and Trayvon Martin, I mean, these are criminals. They have criminal records, and you're going to go to their funerals, you're going to have their parents at the White House, but you're not going to honor these 4 people that got killed in Benghazi.
Did Obama go to Trayvon Martin's funeral?
I don't know if he went to, but he had the family.
Well, you know what? Here's
he didn't go to Trayvon
Martin's
funeral.
He wasn't a fucking criminal. He was a kid that probably did a couple bad things. All right, and I'm not sticking up for Obama, but don't put this fucking black cloud over Trayvon Martin like he was doing armed robberies and selling fucking heroin. He was just some kid, all right, that might have had a run.
How do you know? How do you know that, Rich?
How do I know? Because I've read many fucking things about him.
Zimmerman is the one who should be in fucking jail.
And I'm not.
George fucking Zimmerman. How is that guy not locked up?
But my question...
Let's talk about...
No one's ever said George Zimmerman wasn't a bad guy, but...
Hello?
All right. Is he there?
Hello?
I think it's got bad reception.
He's still there? Let the record show. It looks like he's still there, but I don't hear him.
In Detroit.
All right, call back, Dan. I certainly did not hang up on you. Let's go to Matt in Virginia. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Judy, I was just going to say
Oh, boy. Nothing ever comes good out of
Judy.
Hey,
oh, God.
Judy.
Hey, Judy. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Should I go fuck myself?
Sea level has risen 540 feet in the last 10,000 years, which equates to about a meter a year. The Earth is getting warmer. Our axis is tilting more towards the sun, which means we're getting warmer every year. That's not man-made. The Earth's rotation around the sun is changing. The 100,000-year path. That's not man-made.
Mm-hmm. Flint.
You know.
Wow.
Thinking of
Flint.
What, Michigan?
Yep.
Yes, Flint, Michigan.
What's wrong with
Flint, Michigan?
Flint.
What's wrong with it?
Man-made. ExxonMobil. We do not treat this Mother Nature, our Earth, we do not treat it the way it should be treated.
I don't know this, isn't it?
It is not man-made. I mean, it's not, it's real. I know that the Earth is going to change over thousands of years, but we do not treat the Earth the way it should be treated. You fucking think this fracking shit doesn't cause earthquakes?
Do you really think we're going to be here in 2,000 years?
I don't care. Do you think you should have to put on 500 sunscreen now?
I want to drive a car. I want to be able to drive a car and heat my house with oil.
You can. Tesla, baby. Get a Tesla.
Well, maybe you could.
Let's go mine all the mines for all the nickel and all the other.
See, this is why humans don't have a chance. It's just a matter of time. We're gonna completely blow it. We're gonna completely blow it.
It's like, I want this, I want that.
Of course, we all want that stuff, but we got to kind of think about the future as well. And explain the reindeers, Matt. How do you explain the reindeers?
How about the cancer?
The reindeers are going away because of climate change.
Yeah, but as everything gets warmer, big things die off.
But don't most scientists say that the climate change is man-made, that it's progressing because
and whatever was going to happen is happening much quicker than
at a much quicker rate we're at an alarming rate, and scientists.
And there's all these clusters of cancer in certain areas.
Reverse it?
What?
It's not hard to reverse.
Are you a scientist?
How do you reverse it?
Uric acid seeding of the oceans, and you can reverse climate change in about 50 years.
By doing what?
So now you're admitting that there's stuff going on that humans are causing.
Yeah, I didn't say humans are causing it. I said it's getting warmer. But if you do iron seeding of the ocean and uric acid seeding of the ocean, you create huge algal blooms. The algae dies. That's a huge carbon sink that brings the carbon into the ocean. and that cools the atmosphere.
Why is there a...
I guarantee this guy doesn't get laid.
I have to say that, there was recently a whale in the Hudson River. These animals...
In the Hudson?
Yeah, they don't know where the fuck to go anymore.
They don't know where to go because of the climate change.
They don't know where the fuck they're going anymore.
We see whales now in Provincetown, like you're just sitting on the beach.
Right.
And I'm not talking about the lesbians. Good night, everybody!
Hey-yo! We see a lot of bears there, too, huh?
You know what, Rich?
Wait, whales are supposed to be up in Provincetown.
Not
where there's not right off the shore.
From the shore, dying.
Right, gasping for air.
Is the caller still there?
In the Hudson?
Is the caller still there?
Have you ever been with a guy?
No.
Yes, you have.
No.
You let a guy blow you?
Would I?
You did, Voss?
You did.
No.
Wow.
No, I did. Wait, I didn't
We've
say
been waiting for this moment for 10 years.
No, I didn't.
It's all right.
No.
You'll be all right.
No.
Matt, go ahead. Craig wants to know.
I wanted to ask you, where are you getting the information that you can actually reverse it in 50 years? Where did you find that information?
Google.
Google iron. Putting iron into the ocean, or Google, but it's in environmental and marine ecology textbooks.
Yeah.
So if we can reverse it, isn't that something we'd want to do to reverse that?
No, you want all this shit to be done by somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people want
we put off everything, going, the next guy will take care of it. We don't want to deal with this stuff because it's tough and it's heavy lifting.
I mean, if we in fact can reverse it, then why wouldn't we try to reverse it? Because clearly this is something that's going to hurt us.
But you can reverse it here in America, but they're not. China's not going to reverse it. Japan's not going to. They're not going to reverse it.
And Trump certainly isn't going to go down that road.
Global warming is the best thing that could ever happen to Canada because the wheat belt goes higher. It opens the Arctic to all the shipping lanes. It would be the best thing that ever happened to Canada because it exposes the whole ocean wide and gives them a huge agricultural boom.
So that's the upside of global warming. And what's the downside?
It depends on where you live. There are people who will make it, and there are people who won't.
Well, the downside is if you live in a poor area and the water's rising, they're not going to take care of those areas. I laugh when they have the stories about Manhattan going to be underwater. No fucking way. There's too much money in our area, so they will figure out how to.
We talked about this last time.
There's no fucking way they will allow it to happen.
Do you
in Manhattan.
see the unbelievable weather that we have? Like these storms in places that have never had storms. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is ridiculous.
It's kind of exciting, though. That part of it's exciting.
I love them. I'm
a fan of Carlin when he talks about that type of stuff. You sit back and just watch and hope for it to get
like
even
a bad case of fleas.
I thought I was the only one. Like I thought I was the devil because when I see twisters or hurricanes on TV, I'm going, this is fucking amazing.
I was going to say Bonnie's somewhere listening to this going, he is the devil.
You're not like a storm chaser. Of course they look cool on television.
No, Carlin talks about how we all secretly hope that it gets worse.
Yeah,
if it's not affecting you. He had a brilliant bit about that whole thing.
Yeah, that if there's an accident, it's like, where's the accident? Where's the accident? In the other side of the country. I wanted to see the accident.
He talks about fire starting in California, and he wants to see him sweep entirely across the entire country, if I got the bit correct. Matt, can we move on? We got so many other people that want to give their opinion on this.
Bye-bye.
Judy got us going with this Trump guy. Did you see what he did to Mitt Romney?
Yeah.
What he did to him?
It's coming. Sorry, go ahead.
Did he drop him?
No, go.
It's coming out now that he met with Mitt Romney and interviewing him and had no intention of ever doing anything with Mitt Romney. And a top aide is now saying that Trump interviewed him just to torture him.
Yeah, of course.
And then Mitt Romney, came out yesterday saying, he's not up for the job anymore.
Well, I just think of all the times that Trump called into this show and how it was a running bit that if you told him that anybody had said anything negative about him, how he would just fucking destroy them. Like he couldn't let anything
He's a fucking
get past
2-year-old.
him.
No one's ever... Go ahead.
I was just going to say we've had him on a few times, and me and Anthony were on the same page. We were laughing at the guy, not with him.
Right.
I have to say that every time. He would say such ridiculous things we were just laughing at.
I mean, the fact that he watches SNL is unwatchable. Yeah. Grow up.
I mean, you're worried about war. He's going to Twitter wars with fucking
I know.
Alec. Who gives a fuck?
Broadway shows and SNL.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I mean, it's, when he used to be on this show and Seinfeld pulled out of some event at a Trump property because he said, I don't agree with something that he said. And Donald Trump actually said, well, let's be honest. Seinfeld's not funny. I was like, what the fuck?
But he thought he was funny before he pulled out.
Yeah. And if you're nice to him, Kanye West shows up at the Trump Tower today and he says, you know what? I really like Kanye. He's a good guy. I really love him, and he's a good dude. The guy is going through a psychological meltdown. He's like,
how did he get clearance to meet with the president-elect?
He's having a psychological meltdown,
and he
got to
all
meet
that
with
stuff about Trump and how he would have voted for him if he had voted,
and he didn't even vote.
Right,
Judy, I gotta say, he's entertaining though.
Who, Trump?
Yeah, some of the
I
stuff,
know, but
some of the
aren't
stuff
you
is
fucking
entertaining.
scared?
A little
I'm
bit.
entertained and scared.
I'm scared about the, nukes, something like that.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff is entertaining. He set up Mitt Romney. He has basically a red carpet at the Trump Tower where these people are marching through, and he has no intention of hiring any of these fucking people. They're all going upstairs to kiss the ring.
They're all meeting at the fucking at Bedminster, the golf course up by my house. It's beautiful, and he's having all the heads of, all these fucking people there.
If he makes it past the Electoral College, I really believe that sometime in the next couple years, the conversation of nuclear war is going to come up from him.
This whole Russian thing is unbelievable. Yeah. That they're fucking, it's just incredible.
What's weird is that he's shitting on the CIA. He's shitting on the CIA.
I didn't want the Electoral College thing to go. So there's a few people that are going to cast their vote.
Yeah, but they need like 57
38
or 38. Yeah.
One of their members.
I was close.
You don't fuck with the CIA. I don't think it worked well for Kennedy.
Yeah. Good point. But someone in the Electoral College put out a video. It was on
not saying they did anything.
Michael Moore's Facebook page. He's got a link to a video, I believe it was on his page. A member of the Electoral College was explaining what they need to do.
Look how cute Craig is with his eyes.
Wow. Let's take that in for a minute.
Sorry.
For a lesbian.
All right, Judy.
I love guys.
You really get into guys.
I love guys. I love my sons. I love men. I just don't want the penis in
I
me.
love. Do you ever get so mad at your kids? Like I got so mad at my daughter yesterday. Do you ever get?
No, never. No. Of course I do.
Really? Like you want to just? Okay.
Might as well ask. Have you ever been hungry?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a tough question. Of course, we all get pissed off at our kids.
Can we go back to Judy liking my eyes?
They're so
that was
cute.
really sweet of her.
What do you like about his eyes, Judy?
They're sweet. Look at them, and they're
There's a sweetness behind those eyes.
Yeah.
Sweetness. Check that out.
Look, he's sitting up a little straighter in his chair.
You should have heard my story yesterday. I talked about walking with a buddy of mine. I helped a guy walk, and they died on me. But
get out of
Santa.
here.
Yeah, I had a walking buddy, and he.
It's a
depressing story.
Craig says, "Hey, I want to do a week of radio with you," and then he starts out with this story. It's like, wow, this is gonna be a long fucking week.
Yeah, it was a terrible story.
It was a great story. You know who liked that? Brother Ruiz was talking about it today on his show.
How is Brother Ruiz after his surgery?
He's wonderful.
Surgery.
Oh, tell
what
him
kind
I
of
love
surgery?
Him.
He loves all you guys.
He had a little procedure.
If Brother Ruiz is listening,
it was cancer, and it turns out it wasn't. It was a big mass that got off his vocal cords.
Oh, that's good.
Brother Ruiz, if you're listening,
this morning, and he was talking about your story. And how he was touched by
the Pearl Jam story?
That and the Steve Gleason stuff.
Oh, wow.
What happened with your walking buddy?
We did it already.
It's long story short, I met a guy who was
already too long.
A fan. And I became friends with him, and he had a lot of health problems. I helped him. I decided to walk with him every day. I'd call him up every day, and I'd go for a walk.
Yeah.
Once a day, we'd go for a walk for an hour and talk on the phone. And he ended up with more health problems, and he ended up dying on me. And
was he fat?
And he was morbidly obese. Mm-hmm. He had been in a coma because of previous health problems, and he was swimming in debt. And he was just this nice guy that I really
If he had been swimming and not swimming in debt, he might still be there.
I did that. It's so funny because I did that with a guy that was real. But every time I'd ask for a 7-iron, he'd give me the fucking 5-iron. I said, listen, if I'm going to walk with you, if I'm going to walk with you.
I love Rich.
Not funny.
I love Rich.
None of your fucking stories have gotten laughs today.
Yes, they have.
No, I think Rich is a very funny guy. That's not my problem with Rich Voss. He's a very funny guy, and he does very good radio, but he hates anything that has a little emotion in it.
No, I'm saying I had to say...
And then he has to, change the topic and talk about something else.
Yeah, Judy, I was telling the story...
It's called radio. It's called Moving On.
No, this is good.
We heard it yesterday.
A laugh.
Rich and I and Dane Cook were in that back room behind the main room of the Comedy Store, and there was an emotional moment that happened, and right in the middle of a major emotional moment, Rich said... It reminds me of, you remember the movie I worked on, Women Aren't Funny? He started talking about this movie.
That's so weird for him to bring it back to himself.
Yeah, no, I was trying to plug. Listen, don't act like. Let's get back into your fucking political views. Let's go back to some politics.
It was a fucking phone call, ass.
Wow.
Somebody called?
Yeah, the guy called. And Opie brought it up. Shut the fuck up.
I'm on your side.
Oh, all right.
I just want to see where she's at with the Trump thing because, she was really bothered.
But
and there's a lot of things going on in New York where you could get a service, like a therapy dog, or, de Blasio will pay for some.
De Blasio, ugh.
He'll pay for some therapy if you're still bothered by this.
Really?
Yeah, women are changing the color of their hair and their hairstyles.
Why?
They can't handle the Trump thing.
Supposedly, it's a New York Post story, but I don't.
Wait, what kind of hair and
why do they do that?
They're getting rid of blonde. They're like, fuck.
No, they're getting rid of brown.
Yeah.
They're getting rid of brown.
No, they won't wear brown because that's Melania's color.
That's Melania's color.
And they're going darker.
That's
so a lot of blonde locks are on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm foreclosing on all my property.
Yeah.
I'm going to dye my hair orange. They should get rid of orange.
Yeah.
Oh. Fuck. That hair.
That was pretty quick.
I know.
Welcome to Opie Radio. It's a new generation.
That hair, the fact that he has that fucking hair, that's fucking ridiculous, that hairstyle.
There's a lot of
What is it? People still don't know.
I think he grows it. He has it on the sides.
Right.
And I think he grows it so it goes all the way down to like his ass and then I don't know.
But then it's sort of like stapled in or something because Fallon messed with it and it didn't really do much.
Yeah, it doesn't really move.
So I think he's kind of weaving it through his scalp. Yeah. I don't know. No one can figure it out.
Yeah, it's some kind of system.
Hold on. We missed a great Voss joke. Voss loves when I take these calls. Let me say hi to Gary in New York. Gary, go ahead.
Hey, Opie, Voss, hey, everybody. Listen, everyone just missed the joke when Judy said there was a whale in the Hudson and Bobby.
Oh, we all heard it. We all heard it. Trust me. We heard it.
Where are you calling from?
Westchester.
Doing the show in Westchester?
No, I was no. Are you? Is that anywhere near Buffalo?
2 tickets I'm going to sell.
I know. I'm just plugging Buffalo.
He doesn't give a fuck where the guy lives. He was just hoping it was close enough to Buffalo so he can sell it to his fucking plug.
2 tickets.
I know this guy. I know all his tricks.
I haven't been in Buffalo in so many years, and I love it there.
My favorite Rich Voss tweets aren't even Rich's tweets. It's Bonnie retweeting every person who contacts her to say, "Can you please tell Rich to unblock me," and she'll retweet all the people.
You know what? Anybody, first of all, that has something negative to say about me and doesn't follow me is getting blocked automatically. If you're not following me and then you have something to say, bye.
Yeah,
you don't even follow me. So
I get that. But is it something that you're on the fence about, that you're not sure if it's a insult and you're thinking like, I don't know if I
don't go back to follow. I don't follow, go all the way back on all the other tweets. I go for what's right in front of me.
Wow. But do you have the guy's having a bad day? But sometimes I see a guy's having a bad day. I'm like, all right.
And what if you're missing the tone? What if you're missing the tone?
That's why you do go back into the tweets. You realize the guys that just hate your fucking guts and will never like you.
Yeah, you can look at somebody.
Why am I dealing with these type of people? Then there's some people that just had a bad day because you go back in their tweets and they're like praising you for other shit.
So like if someone tweets they should have a second Holocaust just for you, is that just a bad day?
So wait,
might have a good argument there.
You got my tweet?
Judy. I like makeup Judy. Yeah. Makeup Judy's mean.
I'll do makeup Judy.
You know what? I have not seen Judy out of makeup.
Really? Yeah. First time I've seen her with the makeup.
Because I'm thinking watching her on TV, and I've never seen her in person without makeup. You're going to take the makeup off?
No, I was actually going to put on some.
What did you audition for?
Oh, my God.
No, because I want to see her read.
I mean, I'm happy that our career's going well.
Maybe she'll do a read now.
You think Rich wants to know if there's a role for him?
Yeah. No, I don't care. I gave up.
No, let me tell you what's happening now.
Stop! I wanted to see.
I'm giving away all your tricks. We're just going to hear audition for, and then it's going to lead to what he has auditioned for.
I have not auditioned for anything.
I swear to you,
I did not. I shot 2 pilots, but I didn't audition.
Then let's sit back and let the conversation unfold.
I'm not
Go ahead.
saying what I auditioned
I just want to. Did you have to read? Did you have to memorize a lot of lines?
Yes, I memorized lines. It's actually the second time they asked me to read another scene. So
on TV? For
a show on television.
Bravo?
Yes. No.
Really? You're good, huh? It's a callback. You went to the producers.
Oh my God! How old are you?
I'm Jim David. So,
how'd you get that?
Okay,
is that it? That was the whole.
No, I just want to know. I like.
It was.
It's amazing how people like actors. How they like. I was watching. I don't know what it was. No, I don't know what it was, but the fucking dialogue had to be like 10 fucking pages long, and how they. Oh, I was talking to Dove too the other day. How they can memorize like 5, 6, 7 fucking full pages.
Don't you watch for the different camera angle and go, okay, obviously that's where.
They cut
that's
it. That's
where he didn't have to memorize any more lines at that point.
Yeah, but they still have to know 5 or 10 pages. What do you
for their audition? Yeah.
Oh, for the audition.
Are you good at memorizing?
It takes me a while, but once I get it, then I get better at it when I read it over and over again.
Yeah, you have to keep doing it.
You start cutting grooves into it, so you can get inflection, and you start to feel it. So that it's not just words.
I watched a great movie last night. It's one of the best movies I've seen in years, and it's from 1984. I didn't know what to watch, so I text Judah. I said, and he said, watch this movie Birdie with fucking Nicolas Cage and fucking Nicolas Cage and fucking
Matthew Modine.
Have you seen this fucking
What's
movie?
the movie about there, boss?
It's so fucking
What's
good.
it about, though?
I don't want to get involved in that.
What's it about?
You brought it up and you don't.
I thought somebody
He told me about this movie.
I thought somebody would have saw
He
the
doesn't
movie.
know what it's about.
I do. I thought somebody would have. I thought somebody would have saw the movie and said, "Yeah, it's great."
Opie, why do you think he brought it up? Why do you think Rich brought it up?
That one I don't know.
I'll tell you why.
Strange one.
Because when I see a good movie, I tell the public.
I'm starting to go back and think of my.
About 2 guys that grew up together in Philadelphia that were best of friends. They both went to Nam.
Yeah, and they come back.
And one's all fucked up. One loves birds, and it's just the acting. It's this guy. Matthew, what's his
Modine.
Modine is so fucking good in this.
Judy,
the movie was just good.
An annoying grandfather. This guy, Matthew. What's his name? Yeah.
It was a great movie.
Well, it's from 1984. Birdie is a 1984 American drama film.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The film stars, you got Modine right.
Nicolas Cage was ripped in that, too. He's fucking ripped.
Now I just lost the synopsis. I lost it here.
I don't have a motive for everything, and I'm not going to take this abuse. I don't have a motive.
One guy becomes unstable, and he's obsessed with becoming a bird.
The film focuses on the friendship between Modine and Cage.
I didn't see
2 teenage boys living in a working-class neighborhood in Philly with a frame story depicting their traumatic experiences.
You know what that reminds me of, that synopsis?
What?
That Rich is going to be at Helium in Philly.
And Buffalo.
Philly. I'll be there. Yeah, exactly.
Are you working New Year's Eve?
Oh my God, no one gives a fuck
I can't
right now.
New Year's Eve.
Well, you're not.
This is questions you do when we're having, when we're having a break.
Yeah, but you ran
on the way to the bathroom.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom with her.
I don't know what bathroom she uses.
You have one of those
it
funnels?
depends on which day it is. Some days I'm a girl, and some days I'm a boy.
I'm sorry.
I don't care.
I'm starting to go back on my run-ins with Rich, and I'm starting to see what you're talking about. Like, I remember seeing him at the...
all I did was talk about how you're doing when I saw you at stand-up in New York, how it's going for you with certain things.
Yeah.
Another comic got pissed because he came up there, and I didn't talk with him. I talked to you the whole time about something that you're going through.
Well, we're both clean. We're both clean.
Yeah, but I care more about you being clean because
Who was the other person?
I don't remember his name, but another comic.
I do remember at the Comedy Store.
When were you at Stand Up New York?
This was like a year ago.
2 years ago, maybe 2 years ago.
I got a really funny picture with him and Joe Mackey. I love Joe Mackey. But I remember at the Comedy Store, I asked you, I texted you and said, "Hey, you're going to be at the store tonight?" And you said, "Yeah." I said, "All right." So I came down, and Chris Rock showed up to do his thing. And Rich was waiting in the back. And then Chris said something when he walked out. I said, "You said that thing. Have you ever thought about this?" And he goes, "Wow, that's a good thought. I might use that." And Rich came up to me and said, "What are you doing here?" And I go, I came here to hang out. He goes, "But I thought you were coming out to hang out with me." And I go, "Yeah, I am." And he goes, "Well, what are you doing here?"
No,
I go, and I thought it was because I was talking to Chris. And he got mad that I had a short conversation with Chris.
First of all, there was 18 writers, so why would I?
Yeah.
There was 18 fucking writers. All right. So to get half a joke on you were lucky. No, I probably said, "What are you doing here? Are you doing a spot or whatever?"
But Rich and I have had some really great conversations. I mean, he's on the same path that I'm on. So I had a really bad drug problem, and I respect him for doing what he's done to overcome his shit.
How long you, is that a bad question?
No. Tomorrow, coincidentally, it'll be 12 years tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's your birthday, right?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yes.
But wouldn't you say...
Good
12 years.
Great.
This is a long story, but I had a heart attack 14 years ago.
No
from tomorrow.
way.
Yeah.
From too much blow?
Yeah, too much blow.
How
That's
old were
bad.
you?
I was 32.
What? That's horrible.
32, had a heart attack.
And it
then,
still took 2 years after that.
Well, it scared me straight for a year and 2 weeks, and then I got in a bad relationship, which I talked about on the air here. The reason why I moved into Eddie Van Halen's house, and the girl that I was dating would beg me to do coke with her, knowing that I had a heart attack.
Well, she's a cunt.
Maybe she was just trying to get to Eddie Van Halen.
Well, that was
quick with the joke. Good joke.
And that was a great one.
It's fucking radio.
That's a great one.
Do you want to have therapy or do you want to fucking tell jokes?
I think it's a fascinating story.
And
I'm listening.
I went backwards. I was clean for a year and 2 weeks. I went backwards, and then on December 14th of 2004, I just, light came on. I said, it's been 2 years since I had a heart attack. Why the fuck am I doing this? I had a half a beer in my hand, and I just threw the beer out, and I was done. So, that was it.
When you had a heart attack, like...
How bad was the heart
was
attack?
it like
what
you
does it feel
rushed
like
to the
to have a heart
hospital?
attack?
I just couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe, and I went to the hospital because I couldn't breathe.
Did your arm hurt?
Yeah.
Like, what
my
did it feel
chest,
like?
my chest was really tight, and my breathing was getting more and more restricted. And when I got to the hospital, they checked my enzyme levels, and they said, we need a cardiologist. And I said, why do you need a cardiologist? And they said, you're having a heart attack.
Holy
and then I started calling friends who I was going to surprise a bunch of friends. I'd flown back to Seattle.
Hey guys, I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah. They were having it's
surprise.
All of us in
it's a twist on the old surprise.
I was living in Seattle at the time, and we'd always have a get together for all of us who couldn't afford to be with our families for Christmas. And I was going to surprise everybody.
You get on my car.
Yeah. And I called. That was it. And I'm calling people and saying, I was going to surprise you tonight, but I'm in the hospital. And they're like, okay. And I said, I'm having a heart attack, and I don't know what's happening, but this might be the last time I talk to you. I have a buddy of mine, Jason Stewart, a comedian from Seattle.
Jason.
No, not the same Jason Stewart. This is J.R. Stewart. Jason Stewart in San Francisco. This is another comedian, J.R. Stewart in Seattle. I'm holding this guy's hand and crying and calling friends and saying, this might be the last time I talk to you, and I'm sorry, but I fucked up, and you thought I was clean, but I'm not, and I'm in the hospital,
right?
And I don't know what's going to happen.
Now, it's like, because you could get a major panic attack that feels like a heart attack.
I have
How do you know, like an anxiety attack that turns into a panic attack?
Such a Jewish question.
That is a great Jewish question.
No, it is. How do you know the difference? Because I don't know when to hold someone's hand and make calls.
I did have that happen to me once, 11 years earlier, because I started doing coke when I was 14. So I remember when I was 19, 20 years old having a panic attack, but in the hospital, they are the ones telling me, you're having a heart attack. Your enzyme levels should be at this level, and it's 50 times that.
Who gave you coke when you were 14?
Thank you, Judy, for the follow-up. You can't let that go. 14 and you're doing coke?
I was hanging out at some dealers. I used to hang out with, I guess I still do, but I go to concerts, hang out with bands.
And you're
14.
You're in ninth grade. You're a freshman in high school.
Yes, I was ninth grade when I discovered coke, and I loved it. And it just kind of...
Okay, can I just ask one question?
Well, but when I was 14, I was in sixth grade. What do you mean no?
What's the one question?
Where were your parents?
Well, I just hid it from them. I hid it from them, and they didn't know.
And that's not a Jewish question like
I'm sorry?
Didn't you feel guilty?
Yeah, I felt guilty, but I enjoyed doing coke so much that guilt... I mean, that's the big thing about...
How do you pay for it? I got so many questions.
People would ask me to do impressions for them, and they'd give me free
Wait, you were good at impressions at 14?
Well, because my family was deaf.
No, I understand.
My family's deaf, so I'm doing impressions. I'm always able to do impressions of people. And then at 14, people are like, I'll give you, hey, come over here and do some impressions for everybody. We'll give you some coke. And I was like, all right. And I got really good at impressions.
Did you do kid impressions?
I would do...
If you're 14, you don't have the deep voice yet, so your impressions must have been very different.
Yeah, I remember doing impressions of, Cliff Clavin. I just remember, these guys over here. It was like dumb TV characters or cartoon characters.
All right.
And they'd give me coke.
How were your grades?
Oh, I still haven't finished high school.
No way.
Yeah, and I went to high school for a long time.
I quit. You quit high school?
I didn't quit. I kept trying. I kept coming back every year and trying to get another senior year. But I got to go on 2 senior trips, and I've attended the reunions for each of my senior years that I had.
Well, guess what?
In Arizona.
That's not a diploma, though. You don't have a diploma.
No, I never got a diploma. I never. But I really loved going to school for the 7 minutes in between classes.
Yes.
I didn't pay attention to
or lunchroom. I used to go to lunchroom all 3 periods and hang out with different,
I could see that.
That was so much fun hanging out.
I would have had the shit kicked out of me if I.
How big were your parents?
Let's just step back and let them just beat the shit out of each other.
Holy,
they were BFGs.
Oh my God!
Gotta know the kid movies.
I had a question.
What are BFGs?
But
BFGs,
you gotta know the kid movies. Maybe a
So,
parent or two laughed at that.
Opie,
Who
Judy,
knows?
you were never you never got into any drugs at
No, man, I had very strict parents, and at 14, I was scared to just even take a drag of a cigarette, because if I had nicotine on my breath, I would have probably got the shit kicked out of me.
I mean, I started smoking pot at 16.
And was it something you were like, this is awesome? Did you feel like this is awesome right away?
The only reason I started smoking pot is I found out, I started smoking cigarettes at 15, and then the only reason I started smoking pot was because there was a really smart kid who was also in the band who was going to an Ivy League school, and he smoked pot. And
you liked him?
No, I didn't. I just thought, he's going to an Ivy League school.
Well, you said he's in the band?
You don't have to be a burnout.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He made it look cool.
No, he was a nerd who smoked pot. I was like,
she was relieved that
smart people
turned into a dummy because you were smoking pot.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I also used it in college, to self-medicate, and I do enjoy the
Where'd you go to college? Where'd you go?
I went to Rutgers College.
Did you graduate?
Yes, I did.
From college?
Yes, I did.
This is BFG, by the way, the Disney movie.
Oh.
So that's what
For me, I smoked
2 people out there.
I smoked pot so I could fit in with other kids. But the first night I did coke, I always remember having the best conversation of my life that night. I just remember thinking,
if you could go back and watch that conversation, you'd be like, this is the stupidest fucking
absolutely.
conversation. Yeah.
There were times over the years where I'd be standing over a toilet with a guy from the Mexican mafia who would have a hunting knife up to my nose. And I was snorting coke off of this hunting knife,
crazy.
Oh man, that's great. You're fucking, so you have kids, man. How old are they? Oh my God. I would, can we do some more bumps? And everything goes out the window. Did you ever do coke?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
And did you love it?
I did for a while.
Did you love it?
Yeah. Then I had a bad night. I was done. Stayed up all night. I was so freaked out. I thought I was going to die. And
heart palpitations,
all of that. All that. And I did the old school.
I feel like there's more to the story. I feel like you're kind of glazing over.
What do you mean?
Well, you said it's it's all that. But it scared you. What was it about it that
we were drinking. We were also smoking pot, and then we did a lot of blow. And then I remember just having one of those moments just get me to the morning, and I'll never do this shit again.
Because you just felt uncomfortable in your skin.
And I'm telling you the God's honest truth, I never did it again. I was 20.
All right, this is the last time I did it.
23.
I was about the same age, and I did coke. I had an internship, I think. I must have lived in New York already. I don't know. And someone said, "Oh, I went to the bathroom." And they're like, "Oh, do you want?" Fuck.
Spilled some water.
That's
We're getting to our coke story.
That's the wettest you're going to be in years.
Oh God!
Eric's bothered. We got to take a break. Eric,
I have to finish my story. So
that's 3 points, man. He came from deep for that one.
Boss is hilarious. I don't question that part of his personality.
So
it's the rest of it that I fucking hate.
All I want to do is finish this fucking story.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm sorry.
And then I went to do laps at the pool.
Jesus.
And then I was like, oh my God, I'm never doing this. And I was like, my heart was beating on it. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, I'll go exercise.
I don't miss it at all. Never thought twice after that night.
I would, you know what? It's for me. I I had to be like honest with myself. I would get to the point. There's so many dates that I went on with so many beautiful women that I would stop right in the middle of the date and go, you know what? Like I'd always take them to a comedy club because I knew I'd get free drinks at the comedy club. So there was this comedy club in Seattle that I worked at, the Comedy Underground, and get some drinks, start talking, get to know who this girl is, and then that guy would show up. There's that one guy that would show up at the comedy club, that dealer that I remember Joey Diaz was one of the comics I started with. Joey Diaz, Josh Wolf, and I remember Joey would say, every time I see that guy's my fucking heart. I'm doing Bobby Slayton now. I don't know what to do, but he'd say my fucking heart stops every time that guy shows up. And I would just, every time I'd see that dealer, I'd go, hey, I'm going to be right back. Hang on one second. And I'd go talk to the guy. And then I'd come back, and this is really embarrassing, but I can't tell you how many times I would come back and go, hey, you know what? I just realized something. I have to get up early tomorrow. And I don't even know why I'm out this late. I gotta walk you to your car. Do you want to finish your drink? We're gonna have to reschedule and just get together in a couple days. So, just here, finish your drink. Let's go ahead, just pound it, and we'll, come on, I'll walk you to your car. And I would just tell really beautiful women, I gotta go, and I'll see you later. And I'd walk them in the car, and then go back to the bar. And every once in a while, the girl would come back just to see if I was still there. And that was really humiliating, because I'd be at the bar, jacked up at that point, and looking over and going, oh, geez, I wouldn't even make eye contact. It's really shameful, but...
She was coming back to see if you were with another girl.
Maybe.
Blowing her off.
Maybe. And it's kind of embarrassing. I'm not even hanging out with anybody. I'm just hanging out to get fucked up.
We really got to take a
What a horrible story.
I'd say we hug Rich Voss, just in case shit gets weird.
Later we'll do it. Let's just get some plugs out of the way.
Oh, my God.
You want to...
No, Helium, New Year's Eve, that whole weekend, and in Philly the week after.
I'm going to do it this time.
Oh, you going to give him a hug?
Look.
He wants to give you a hug.
I don't want to touch him.
Why?
Oh,
he likes you.
No,
Try to hug him. Watch what happens.
What happens?
Just give him a hug.
You know what? I tried to hug him when I first walked in.
He hates
he laughed about it.
Hates human contact.
I thought,
Let Judy hug you.
I thought, what's his name was coming back?
Who?
That was in...
the Cuban. Is he still around? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I think he's still in the office.
Really fast. Did the doctors say that the heart attack was definitely from the drugs, or was
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no question it was from the drugs.
Nuts.
And that's my... Tomorrow...
Have you done permanent damage to the...
I wanted to ask that.
There's another part of that story.
That's why I'm here.
Is it really for after the break? If you want.
It's yeah.
Right,
we'll
after
the break.
Opie Radio is back.
The Mad Cuban has stopped in to say hi once again today.
Yes.
What's going on, Cuban?
Nothing. Just talking to Phil Rosenthal, the guy that invented.
Wait, where is he?
He's in the green room.
I don't know who is this guy.
I want to go say hi.
He did Everyone Loves Raymond.
No, he created Everyone Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
I'm really good friends with them. I stay at their house every time I'm in L.A.
Really
Where
nice
is he?
guy. He's in the green room.
You want to go?
Where's the fucking green room?
Bring him in.
You want to go see him?
Yeah, where is he?
All right, Paul will bring you.
I never go to the fucking green... There he is.
There he is.
All right, go say hi to him, Judy Gold.
Fucking dude's awesome.
Yeah.
What did he?
And what does he got? A show on the Food Network?
No, he has his own. He has his own show on. Now it's on Netflix.
Are you? Plus, he had that documentary about selling Everybody Loves Raymond over to Russia.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's going on, man? Nice to meet you.
You're in here too.
Yes.
Are you on the air?
How was your dinner last night without me with the McGowans?
Well, I got some food.
Did you hear about Ben's game?
I hear your son is amazing.
Okay, 30 points.
Surprisingly tall.
30 points.
We didn't talk about any about this. We didn't talk about it.
Oh, really?
No. We talked about food.
Lily is so cute.
You like her?
We don't know anything about Lily.
All right.
I've had enough already.
I don't blame you.
That's his daughter,
You
Lily.
just read my mind.
Teenage girls.
I got.
How many you got?
I got 3 daughters. One's 26,
all day.
one's 24, and one's 9.
Wow.
Watch this. Back in
The 9-year-old has just...
Yeah,
it's a whole other world from my older daughters to the 9-year-old. You know,
Yeah, that's what
they
happens.
played sports, and this one is just all
The
computer.
other two are lesbians, and then
they're not lesbians.
he gets so mad. When
No, I don't get mad. I don't get mad.
I feel
I don't
Phil
get-
Collins coming, Opie.
No. I'm going to meet the kids for dinner, and then tomorrow we're invited to the White House Hanukkah party.
Tell him.
Right on.
I swear to God, I'm available, and I'm a Jew.
You want to go?
I'm a Jew.
I want
It's the last time unrelated Jews will be allowed in the White House.
I got to meet Michelle Obama because of Phil.
Oh, get out of here! You did?
Yeah, I got a picture with her.
You met Michelle Obama?
Yeah, they had a fundraiser at Phil's house, and she was there, and she was so nice.
Phil, you have the president doing events at your house?
Yeah. He didn't. The wife.
The wife did.
Mrs. Obama.
And you've met the president?
I've met several
There's
times.
pictures of him and the Obamas all over the house.
Wait, how do you prepare? I got a question. How do you prepare your house for Michelle Obama?
Oh, my God.
Can I tell you, they come. The Secret Service comes. They tell you we're blacking out these windows. We're doing, they do.
What else they do? And are you putting things away? They're like, I don't know.
Hide the vibrators.
What do you mean, my Confederate flags and things like that? Yeah, I'll put those away. No, they nothing. Everything's fine. I don't think they eat. Like I was like, I want to make her something. I'm going to have this pizza here and stuff that they're not going to eat that. They don't. They eat what
they bring.
Yeah,
because they don't want. They don't know what you put in the
ingredients. But it's your house. Don't you feel insulted?
God,
they're not eating your food.
They cleared out furniture. They put up this velvet.
Over the windows.
Yeah, and then you take pictures there. They had the rope line and everything.
All right, explain the place.
They set up flags.
A rope line inside the house.
The night before we took fake pictures.
Yes,
I think I have them.
Explain the food though. Like you guys are all eating the food that's prepared in the house, and then what? They just bring in
everything.
I didn't see her eat. Did you?
No.
Well, you were there when Michelle was there?
She happened to be staying with us that weekend. She was there for the event.
Judy, are you timing that on purpose so you could be there when the show?
I had no idea.
It sounds fishy.
I was doing some episode of something.
Obama was supposed to do my podcast, but we blew him off, so he did Marin's. And because I said, look, you know what? Because it's just me and Bonnie. We don't like to have guests. And we could. What's that?
Do you do this show all the time, Judy?
Yeah, I do. But Rich isn't always
I
here.
hear Judy has her own show.
Judy's
my own
terrific.
podcast. Thank you.
She knows how to do this.
Yeah.
Yes. So you got a food show.
It's called I'll Have What Phil's Having.
Awesome
it's on
show.
Netflix.
Is it?
It's amazing.
Thank you. I haven't seen it yet.
You should eat dinner after you watch the show.
Why?
Because you'll want to eat everything.
Fucking hungry.
Don't say that.
Oh, you get so hungry.
She has a potty mouth.
I know.
We're trying to work on that.
This is what I like about her.
We're trying to work on that.
And this is Christian radio.
But this is a very big show. The Opie show. I mean,
oh my God!
I worked over from your little
love
thing.
you.
Now I'm in the middle of.
I was like the guy in the food court selling dream catchers next to this.
Well, this is a room full of delusion. Holy fuck!
I'm sorry, we're not talking about you.
No, who's passing out the Kool-Aid? This is fucking done. This is, please.
You're paying next time, Phil.
I was just
rich.
across the hall.
Isn't he the worst? Because we weren't talking about him.
I love it.
No, I'm not. I made a joke about you.
Out.
You said what I wore today, so I made a joke about you.
Flashes out.
This could easily be replayed as one of his podcasts where every couple of minutes he goes, so anyways.
Right, look at I'm surprised.
There it is.
Opie, this is a living? You just bring your friends in here?
Well, really
don't tell these guys that. They're not on to me yet. It's embarrassing I get paid for this.
It's amazing. But so when I just finished with him, and he goes, I'm going to go over to do the other thing.
Yeah.
So this is life at Sirius? You just walk in
you wander in and out of studios.
Opie's really that generous. I mean, he really puts talentless people on the air.
It's really nice, but what's really interesting that I think the folks at home don't know is that everyone's naked.
Yeah. It's funny, out in the hallway you'll see like a monk, you'll see someone from the New York Giants, and then you'll see like Henry Winkler, like all kind of walking down the hallway.
Just wandering the hallway.
All naked. All kinds of interesting stuff going on in the hallways. I love the vibe here. I've been doing radio for over 20 years, and the vibe here is so cool. It's so different from terrestrial radio. But yes, you see a lot of weird characters floating around.
I love the whole world. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
They let me DJ E Street Radio twice.
E Street?
E Street.
E Street Radio.
Are you a big Springsteen fan, Phil?
I am.
What's your favorite song by Springsteen?
I think it's 10th Avenue Freeze Out.
Do you know Bruce?
I've met him a few times.
Is that how you got to do the gig, or was there somebody at the station that got you the opportunity to host?
Spencer, who does all talent relations here, he's a big Springsteen fan. We met, and I think I was doing PR for something else, and when I told him how much I love E Street and how much I loved Springsteen, he said, you should DJ, and I did it. And
after doing everything you've done, are you still nervous about doing E Street Radio when you go in?
Yes, because I care about that.
Right.
Right.
I get that.
Right?
I totally get that.
You don't want to blow it
Of course.
for Bruce.
Yeah, I get
His
that.
audiobook, by the way, I'm telling everybody. This
is amazing.
It's absolutely, you like audiobooks anyway.
Yeah.
Bruce
Even if you don't care about Springsteen.
No, I love Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen is going
From New
around
Jersey.
and meeting every single person in this country.
Yes.
Like he's going to cities and doing meet and greets in every city.
Yes, right.
And on my Facebook feed, every couple of days, I see a group of friends, all individual pictures of like, hey, just hung out with Bruce Springsteen. He is really selling this thing.
Didn't you do Southside Johnny radio?
Southside Johnny? No, I've never done Southside Johnny
You know,
radio.
I was with Phil. Opie. I was
I'm
with
listening,
Phil
Judy.
when Trump won.
Oh, really?
Roland has a picture with Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, you finally got your picture.
Yeah.
Congratulations. He's been
Let me see.
trying to get that picture forever.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Roland is the biggest Springsteen fan.
I told him I love them.
Roland, we didn't talk about this.
I know, but we talked food.
I know.
Phil, Roland, tell Phil how many shows you've been to. About
200.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
That's way more than me.
What a fucking
200. And he's online.
Bruce is like, could you tell that guy enough already?
Yeah, right.
But he's
so weird.
the audiobook. I really recommend it. It's really good.
Is it about his life?
He's a great writer.
Yeah.
Is it
Well,
about
of
his
course.
life?
Look
Look at his
songs.
songs, right?
And he does the audio.
He does. It's like he's talking to you for 18 hours.
All right, I'm going to do
I told
it
a
when I
story.
drive to Provincetown.
Go ahead, Rich.
Provincetown.
Rich has something to say. Go ahead, Rich.
Springsteen. I can't tell the Springsteen story. Go ahead. I told this on the air. When we were like 22, we're sitting on my
It's
friend's
about
porch.
him. It's about him.
Yeah.
It's about Springsteen, you
All right.
fucking cunt.
Okay.
So, listen to me.
Listen for the twist. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rich.
I can only hear that in my house.
No, I know. Listen, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
But we had nothing to do. We had nothing to do. And my friend goes, some band's playing behind
Time
Kane
to look at our
College.
phones.
Yeah. Free beer and hot dogs. And it
Let
was
me check my
Springsteen.
text.
70 people. You could walk up to the
Oh, I
stage.
wonder if I have any more
It
followers.
was like probably in 73 or something.
Oh, God, I
It
haven't
was
looked
great.
at
I think your
Facebook
friend,
all
you know my
day.
wife. Bonnie
Well,
McCormick.
Rich is
I
unfazed.
love
Say hi
your
for me.
special.
He's
Okay.
unfazed by all the conversations
Thank
Now
you.
all hell is broken loose.
Yes.
There's 5 conversations.
Okay, go ahead.
Opie,
All right.
aren't you supposed to ring
I
it in?
gave up.
Bring it in a
I
little?
gave up, I don't know, an hour ago.
Great. Tell the story about when
gave
you were
up.
on the boat doing that show and you met Springsteen. You fucking Bodak. Go fuck yourself.
That's the greatest insult I've ever heard.
He's trying to have a moment.
Dramamine every time
He's
you
trying to
talk.
have a moment with Phil in case he develops
I'm
another
enjoying
TV
the moment.
show.
I'm enjoying the moment. I just love it. He's just
I don't
oblivious
talk to Bodak.
to all the other to all the
Using that from now on. Yeah, Bodak.
So, Judy,
Yeah.
you were with Phil when Trump won this whole thing. You guys
Oh,
must
and boy, did we celebrate. We danced around. We danced the whole round.
Oh, we were so excited.
Yeah.
I was so depressed.
Phil, what do you think?
It's a whole new world.
It's a whole new
Are you scared?
Does anyone know an elector or two?
Yeah, right.
Are you scared?
Who isn't?
I'm not scared, but I came
No?
from Cuba. It's fucking,
Yeah.
this is nothing.
It's funny. You know, I screened a movie. I have movie nights at my house.
Oh, my
You've
God.
been there.
Yes.
And just for fun, there was nothing new that week coming out. I usually like to have a new movie, but I
Right.
thought, here's a classic. For some reason, I want to see this movie. It's called The Manchurian Candidate.
Yes.
Okay? Who knew that it was true? It's true.
It's true.
It's The Manchurian Candidate is about the Russians planting a secret agent as president. That's what that movie's about, 1962. Here we are.
Here we are. You think they really fucked with the election, huh?
Who doesn't?
That's a good point.
Okay.
That's a good point.
There's a lot of.
That's a good point.
I mean, there's a lot of
obviously-
smoke about it. So
Yeah.
Watch The Americans. It'll teach you a lot about the
Hey,
Russians.
Phil, when
is
you
that a
met,
documentary?
No, it's
Oh, it's not.
when you met Barack Obama, what kind of guy was he?
You know, I got to go to a state dinner.
Right.
Not a steak dinner, a state dinner. But you see these two people. First of all, they're beautiful specimens of human beings. They're just
she's gorgeous.
beautiful,
Yeah.
both of them. They're radiant. They're very warm people. And no one's ever been cooler in that position
Right.
in our life, in occupying the White House. Wow, they're cool. Not only are they cool, they're really friendly and super charming. And think about this. This is a president. Whether you like him, you don't like him, there's not a hint of scandal on this guy.
Right.
Like nothing. Nothing. He walks the walk. Seems to be, for all intents and purposes, a great guy. And he connects with you when you talk to him as a regular person. He doesn't, he puts you at ease. He's absolutely, they're both really super
And
charming.
humble.
Yeah, but they bring their own food to your house.
That's all right. That's all right. I wish Judy did.
Oh, Judy. Collateral damage to Judy.
Judy, no fridge.
Oh, Jesus.
Judy.
Have you ever?
I want that Nespresso machine.
That was
you
a
have.
nice
I
shot.
fucking love that.
What do you want?
Rich has 7 of them.
I got one at home.
He's got 7 of them. He's hoarding them.
He's got
Everyone's
the best
a
coffee.
Bodak now.
I got that.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what that was.
What?
A boat act?
Boat act, whatever it is.
Boat act.
A boat act.
I'm going to look up.
Oh, you're a comedian.
act.
You
Yes.
can work on a boat. That's what you do. You don't have anything good enough for a club. You work a boat.
Or when you're done in the
guy,
club.
I bet you know this. I bet you know this. The guy who was helicoptered off the boat.
Many of
because
them, but Peter Fogel. But
he
was
made a bad joke.
Klinghoffer.
Right?
Yeah.
You know about this?
Fogel, yeah. He was
I've heard.
Fogel got,
Yeah, years ago. Yeah.
I've heard the story. It's like an urban
he
legend.
got.
I heard this.
Yeah.
This is apparently
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
He's on the cruise ship. He tells a Leon Klinghoffer joke, which is Leon Klinghoffer
Right, is
was
the one who got
was
pushed
pushed
out.
out.
Yes.
Pushed
In a
in
wheelchair.
his wheelchair.
By Joan Crawford. Go ahead.
Yeah.
The-
By Joanne Woodward. Yeah.
the people on the boat were so offended that they didn't want this guy on the boat anymore. They wouldn't even wait till the next port of call.
Yeah.
They brought a helicopter
No
in to
way.
helicopter the comedian off
Yes.
the boat.
And they shot the beginning of MASH at the same time. Yeah.
Put that in your boat act.
Your boat act.
Phil.
Yes. You're seeing something about me?
Oh, boy, am I.
Now you're all ears.
Opie was Googling
guy?
Phil while he was telling the story.
This guy's worth a few bucks.
Oh, he's got the cartoon dollar
Wow,
signs in his eyes.
Phil has done okay for himself.
Not bad.
Oh, that's great. You ever have it?
No, I never been.
You want to go to Keen Steakhouse, everybody, because
mutton
not
chop.
only that's it. He knows this, is my buddy. We're buddies now. He knows everything
Carl's
about
amazing.
everything.
I love Carl.
Yeah.
Phil, how often do you notice that change in people from when they first meet you to when you know that they've clearly just Googled you? Until you know they've Googled you, and then they
Cartoon bag of money with a dollar sign on it. Yeah, that's
you seen that?
Tell him about the pipes on the roof of Keens. You could probably tell a story better than me. You had a TV show and stuff.
Well, it used
What
to
do you
be
mean the pipes?
It used to be a place where guys went to smoke in the 1800s, right?
Yeah, they're all
and
there.
they all had these little white clay pipes, and they signed them, and they lined the roof of Keen Steakhouse. Here's the coolest thing about Keen Steakhouse, in addition to the fact that it's one of the few places where you can get a mutton chop in 2016.
There's Elliot Gould.
There's something on the wall on the second floor of Keen's that you can't believe you're looking at it. It is the theater program from Ford's Theater, the night Lincoln was shot. It
With
is
his blood on
program
it.
he was holding when he was shot, and his blood is on
How did
the
they
wall.
get that?
Yes.
I thought you were joking. When Judy said that, I thought she was joking.
How did they get that? They were Democrats.
There's a story framed
Yeah.
next to the framed thing. That's it right there. That's
Where are we
on the
looking?
left.
Right
That's
there.
it.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, that it's funny that it says Laura Keene. She's no relation to Keene of Keene Steakhouse. But if you can you scroll down that photo, because that photo that has the blood stain at the bottom of
it's incredible.
of the program.
Oh, we're looking now. I don't know if we got the full
that
photo.
Open that image.
Yeah, we're not having any
That's
luck
all
with
right.
that.
You
Phil.
got to go there to see it.
Where
Plus,
was this place?
It's at 36th between
Well,
5th
did
and
they
6th.
name that restaurant after her?
No,
it was around
no relation.
before
Just
her.
a crazy coincidence. But you're looking at soming that's really, truly
in New York?
unique, an amazing piece of history.
I had my bachelor
Wait,
party
what'd you
there.
say? Where is it at? In
You
New
did
York?
not.
36 between 5th
You
and 6th.
did?
Yeah, it was a bunch of chefs, so we just
don't eat
ate
red
there
meat.
until we ran out of money.
Well,
Is the food
That's
good there?
awesome.
Yeah,
They
unless
don't
you
have
want to see
fish?
that.
good?
But it's on
Forget
the
about
second
it.
It's a
floor.
real steakhouse. It's like no one there is taking fucking pictures of food. No Instagram chefs there. It's like the real thing. Middle-aged fat people just ready to eat.
Old school.
Yeah, old school.
They have turkey burgers?
No, they don't. You can't. No, they don't.
Rich.
Oh, shut up.
No Groupons, Rich.
Do they have turkey burgers?
Yeah, he has no.
Phil, he pays for his meals with coupons. I
I do not.
I just
My
want you to know
wife
what
goes
kind
to
of guy
Guild.
you're talking to right
My
now.
wife goes to Guild. I don't pay for coupons. I'm a
It's
high
Jilt.
roller. It's
I'm
Guild.
kidding.
Have you gone to his restaurant?
What's who?
No, he hasn't been to my
It's
restaurant.
unbelievable.
What's
Italian
In Jersey.
Italian food.
What
He
is it?
came.
It's unbelievable.
Called Marie's.
Yeah,
Where
it's
is it?
Italian
Chatham.
food. Chatham.
Oh, I'll go.
Come.
Oh, it's awesome.
I grew
I
up in
took
Jersey.
Bonnie.
He ate for
Bonnie.
3 hours. He paid me with 2 CDs.
I gave you 2 CDs signed.
No, he did. Let me tell you something. He gave the waitress a giant tip. She had a brand new Honda.
I love.
She quit.
I love Italian.
How was Voss when he came to your restaurant?
Nothing but a gentleman. And it's a shame because I didn't realize his wife was the famous one.
Right.
No.
So I'm just talking to Rich. I wasted the whole time talking to Rich.
Right.
Like, she's like giant.
Did Rich really bring merch to your restaurant?
I gave him 2. I didn't fill them out front.
2 CDs, but he signed them.
Isn't there a story that like Bonnie was doing a book signing and Rich showed up and
he showed up with CDs?
With CDs?
Hey, look, there's my fans too.
I listened to him in the car. Funny.
He's very funny.
Voss is
Rich is hilarious.
Really funny.
I opened Patrice's funeral with telling him I was going to sell my CDs in the lobby.
Yes, you did.
Oh, that's a great line.
Yes,
Patrice would have loved that.
All right, Phil and Judy are having a moment. They're doing it looks like they're doing a selfie over there.
Wait,
look at that.
They really are good friends.
Look at that. They're Jews. That's real Jews right there. I'm like
Good for them.
I'm a bootleg Jew compared to them.
We're taking them back to L.A.
Dude, Phil knows everything about food.
So, Phil, how are you going to stop Trump from getting into office? What do you think is going to have to
You got
happen?
to talk to an elector.
Yeah?
You got to move? You got to move to...
No, it's my country too.
No, I mean a move to get him to not...
you mean do I have a strategy?
Yeah,
no,
strategy.
It's the electors.
I got nothing. I'm just a citizen like you.
I should tell the people that Phil created Everybody Loves Raymond, right?
You should tell them that.
Yeah.
Then maybe
so now
they'll have a little respect.
Is that a true story about Scorsese when he hired Ray for...
He did, Scorsese was casting the show Vinyl. And here comes Ray Romano, and his casting director says, Ray Romano would be great for this, and he says, who's that?
Really?
Wow. Really? Never heard
Come
of
on.
Everybody Loves Raymond. That's true.
That's amazing.
That's all right. I'm not going to see his new movie, so there.
I liked Vinyl.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah. I thought Ray was the best part. Honestly,
Ray
I'm
was
not just
great in
saying
it.
that. I thought he was absolutely great.
Well, Dice was amazing.
He was, but he got hit in the head.
It was stupid to kill him off so early. Because they only gave Vinyl 1 season.
Yes.
Yeah, how
They
come it
bailed
only
on
got
it.
1 season?
I thought it was good, man.
I only saw 3 episodes. I didn't... Bonnie bailed, and I'm going to go back
But Ray
to
is now going to do the TV version of Get Shorty.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
He needs to get more work.
Doesn't Ray have the other show that he's doing? It's like more of the dramatic series, or is that still on?
A certain age.
A certain age? Yeah.
That's over.
That lasted a season or 2, and that was fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah. Him and Mike Royce made that
I
show.
love Mike Royce.
A couple of the Raymond writers worked on that.
God, all
Look at
those
his beard.
guys.
Look at his beard now. Look, he looks like he's 32.
You love Ray Romano. Good for you,
Why
Phil.
wouldn't I?
Everybody loves Ray.
Good for you.
And it comes with a big paycheck.
Tough in here.
He used to say for my birthday, he goes, "What will you get the guy who has everything because of you?"
He looks like that. Who's that comic that was like very Mitch Hedberg-ish?
Mitch Hedberg?
No, but the guy who did
Dimitri Martin.
Dimitri Martin. Yeah, he looks like Dimitri Martin.
God, now you're going to call me a Bodak forever.
I will.
No.
Hey, Phil, tell me more about your TV show, because I've never seen it.
It's a food and travel show. It's I tell everybody I'm exactly like Anthony Bourdain if he was afraid of everything.
And a gazillionaire.
Yes.
Oh, so they try to get you to eat weird stuff?
They try to, but I don't do it. I'm not. I want to get you to travel. That's the idea. Like, I think we all love Bourdain. He's like a superhero, and we sit there on the couch and watch him and go, "Wow, he's amazing." I'm never doing that.
Right.
So I figure people look at a putz like me and they go, "If he can go outside, maybe I can too."
Right.
So that's the point of the show.
Okay.
And hopefully, the food that you're seeing and maybe there's a little humor in there gets you to motivated to travel, because I think the world actually would be better if we all experienced a little bit of someone else's.
Are you a guy that didn't really like leaving your surroundings?
I never did. I just couldn't.
But you're
afford
from
it,
Queens.
We couldn't afford to go anywhere, and I wasn't. I didn't go overseas until I was in my 20s, and so when that happened. happened, my mind was blown. I thought, this is the greatest thing you can do with your money.
Right.
Is to save up and travel. That's what it's for.
And see the world.
I'd rather play golf.
Phil, can you remember when it was the first time someone could Google and see how much you were worth and noticing a change in the way people approach you?
Yeah, my father.
Your father?
Yeah.
But was there anyone,
Suddenly I got a little respect.
Is there anyone who has no right to be coming to you that really stands out as someone who came to you and said, can you help me?
It's going to be right after this is done.
Yeah. But did anybody come to you that just really is at the top of the list of
where you go, wow, you got a lot of nerve.
You got a lot of nerve, yeah, because...
No, everybody's been nice.
Yeah.
I got no axe to grind.
But you have some uncomfortable conversations where people say, hey, I need some help.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
You're talking to the luckiest bastard in the world. That's honestly how I feel.
Yeah.
And I never take it for granted for 1 second.
And
unless my iced tea is warm, and then you're going to get it.
Wait, before Raymond, were you a show creator? Did you create any other shows before?
That's it.
So what were you doing before Raymond?
I worked on other people's shows.
Like
as a writer?
As a writer.
Like what? Any we know? Coach.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pam Stone, right?
Yeah, she was on there.
Pam Stone.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's so generous. He
Phil,
and
did
his
you
wife,
ever
they are
did you
the
ever
most
write for The
generous
Simpsons?
people.
No, never.
Never
But
wrote for
I did a voiceover once.
Okay.
On the movie. And I'm friends with all those guys. I love them.
Judy says you're very generous.
Yes.
Well, what do you want?
Can you get him his morning?
Beat me to the joke. You don't have enough. What are you coming to me?
You know what he wants?
Beat me to the joke.
He wants 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Listen, I have to go now. My family's
Phil, we're just
Who's
getting
this
started.
He's going to the coolest restaurant
Models at Shenley
ever.
with Max and Helen.
He's going to a restaurant where they bring the
doing that.
chickens in.
I am meeting the kids. for something
$90
else.
chickens.
Can I
he's
tell
going
you,
to
I
play.
think Shenley
Yes.
is the most overpriced.
Tell them.
It's the worst.
Phil,
That's your opinion. Say it's your opinion.
Phil, if
That's my
hold on,
opinion.
because Phil's leaving.
Yeah, I gotta go.
And Carl's saying you're going to an amazing restaurant.
The most expensive chicken on the face of this earth
Where?
he's going to have today. It's fantastic.
Where?
It's very good chicken. It's a $90 chicken. But listen,
why is it a $90 chicken?
Because it comes from France, and you pay the first class air.
is it worth it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's why. The chicken, it's not like you get a plate of chicken. It's a whole chicken that feeds 3-4 people. So if you amortize the money, then it's not so crazy, right? That's what we pay for entrees for in New York.
Is it really that much better?
It's the closest thing to eating in France in New York.
I think. Listen to this guy. He knows.
What's the name of it?
Okay.
He knows how to say it because he has got money.
La Coque Rico.
Is he?
La Coque
La Coque Rico.
Rico.
COQRICO.
Where is it?
It's about 20 blocks from here. It's near the Flatiron Building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Phil, just so you know, when you're at SiriusXM, it's customary to tip your host when you leave. Just so you know, it's kind of a standard thing to do when you walk out.
I love you guys.
Tip
Thank
your
you
host.
for having.
Thanks, Phil.
Crash.
All right, Phil.
I'm putting the thing down.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks for
Thank
putting
you,
up
Phil.
with us.
I love you.
Thank you, Phil.
Phil,
Have a nice rest of show.
hey, Phil, if you're not doing anything tonight, you can watch our movie, Women Aren't Funny. It's on iTunes still. Bonnie and I made a documentary. You'll love it.
up. He
Women Aren't
doesn't like
Funny.
you.
I don't care. You like Bonnie, though.
You're a
Craig.
Bodak.
He likes Bonnie.
Craig.
Nice to meet you.
I know. I don't even know how to chime in. I want to chime in, but I'm in awe of Rich. He can at every moment still insert himself.
He usually hands them a movie.
What's he worth when you looked it up?
You're slacking. Why didn't you hand him the movie?
I don't
like
have
you
it.
usually do?
He's the nicest guy.
The internet's saying he's worth 75.
What? Wow, that's badass.
75.
And he's still eating chicken?
But you know what? They didn't think, they didn't think that it was going to go well.
I love-hate relationship with Yvonne.
And let me tell you the truth. I was at a restaurant up in Harlem, and crack pipes were on the ceiling. Okay, big fucking deal with your dumb pipes. I don't care about your story. Okay, get out. We're done. Oh, he came to my house. Big fucking deal. You know who was at my house?
Oh, you're so brave now that he's left.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is this
You're not
attitude?
saying that in front of him.
Who, Phil?
Yeah.
No, because I want him to help me. I want him to take me on the road.
I think Phil is Jewish, huh?
To the second power. He makes fucking Judy look
I
like
know, he
fucking...
makes me look like a nun.
He makes you look like fucking Mike Birbiglia.
I love him.
Ugh.
Wow.
His movie was up for critics.
He invests in restaurants like you've never seen.
Yeah, you can't even
He's
believe
almost
it.
like a philanthropist. If he
Who,
likes
this guy?
the chef, he'll build you a $10 million
and then we
restaurant.
go to these restaurants all the time, and it's like, and they
How do you
just
know
give us
him?
food.
Yeah, how do you know?
How do you know him?
I know him because his wife,
Yeah.
Monica.
Yeah.
Do you remember Judy Toll? My friend Judy Toll.
I remember Judy Toll.
All right.
Yeah.
So she died of melanoma, but she was one of my best friends, and Monica, his wife, was her best friend too. But I lived in New York, and she lived in L.A., and we met on her deathbed.
Wow.
But we always knew each other.
Jesus.
Of each other.
He's
And-
best friends with Andrew Gold, who's the L.A. Times food writer, probably the most important food writer in alive right now. Knowing him is knowing every reservation, anywhere, any place.
Carl, why didn't you suck up to him more while I was here? I didn't
Why,
realize.
Carl? He's got his own thing going on. He doesn't need him.
I got a restaurant in New Jersey. Jonathan Gold, I'm sorry.
Jonathan Gold.
He's got two restaurants. And you could go to his restaurant and then walk 2 stores over and go to Staples, too.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something.
And get your directly and your taxes at
so
H&R
go
Block.
fuck yourself with your dumb fucking...
Pipes on the ceiling.
Pipes on the ceiling.
He's a fascinating guy.
I know.
he's
I know.
great.
Very impressive.
I like how he talks.
And it's just like, as chefs, we're like, oh man, one of his restaurants because you can't compete against them because they're not looking to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the battleship, man. Like they just do whatever they want.
Oh my God! I got a text from a woman,
Yeah.
Gwen, who said that I make her wish she was a lesbian because my voice is sexy. I have the most unsexy voice.
Oh, no argument
so
there.
nasal. Shut the fuck up.
Jesus Christ. It's like talking to NyQuil.
Shut up.
Oh my God. What a hell of a...
God. From now on,
There's one person in this room I hate. Who do you think it is?
yourself. Self-hating Jew. Okay. And now you have something in common with your audiences.
What the fuck? That's a lightsaber.
From now on, when I come in, I want to know the guests beforehand.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll take care of that for
I'll
you.
come in anytime with him and half the time with him.
Thank you, Rich. Thank
And that's
you.
because
And
he
if
fed
Phil
you.
comes back,
Yeah.
No, but he's
Beautiful
you know what the thing
family,
is?
boss.
How is the restaurant? Is it nice?
It's so good. The food was so good. It looked like a barber shop. The place,
a gay
like
barber shop.
it's
small. It's only 9 tables.
And then when I went in there, the guy sitting there. Remember his friend, the stockbroker,
The real rich guy?
Yeah, was there with like 3.
He lives in a Bruce Wayne house, you told me.
Bro, it looks, if you take a picture in front of his house,
Yeah.
you can tell people you graduated from there. Like it's a fucking college. It's
Wow.
disgusting.
That's how he lives?
His friend.
His house is. He's got an app on his phone that changes the pool colors and the waterfall
Oh,
rate
my
and everything.
What?
How many rooms?
All of them.
No, I mean, how many rooms does he have, if you had to guess?
20? 30?
Jesus Christ!
In the
Phil's
main
house is nice.
What's that?
Yeah. If Michelle
And the guest
Obama's
house
there,
is
your
nice.
house is nice.
You get to stay in the guest house?
Well, they had a fire, so I can't stay.
He's got a place in Manhattan. You're talking about?
No, he doesn't. No, I'm talking about L.A.
Judy, is it the nicest house you've ever been to? Is it the most expensive, nicest?
It's so warm too.
Is it the nicest?
He's
Were you scared
one
of
of
drop?
them, yes.
Were you scared of
One
dropping
of
the
them.
tray on Michelle when you? Nothing.
Oh.
That's so funny. Like I was. Oh,
Nothing.
like I'm in work
Yes.
for the caterer.
Yes.
Oh my god.
They don't all hit, pal. They don't all hit.
We all just let Rich fall on that one. Everyone just backed up and just let
wonder
it
you're
fall.
kidding.
Wait, so does he? And he has a place in New York too.
No,
Oh, just
he
L.A.
stays in. Yeah, he stays in a hotel here. His parents have a
There's
place
the
here.
house. Look at that thing.
Very nice.
Whose house is that?
Is that his house? That might be his house.
No, that's his older.
That's his old house.
Jesus, that is bigger
What
than my
the
whole
fuck?
town.
You know, there's something about creating a show,
that's
man.
his house.
I went to a party. The guy who created Full House, is that the one with Stamos?
Sure.
The guy who created Full House, he had a party that Craig Shoemaker seems to know everybody, and he said, we're going to go to this house, and there's this big thing. And we go to this insane house. I've never seen a house so big and so extravagant. And he's got the Beach Boys playing in his living room, and then kept having conversations with people who said, you know whose house this used to be? And I go, no, who? And they told me a director, and they told me the name of the director, and I go, oh. And they go, yeah, so you know. And I go, I just pretended and said, oh, yeah.
He died there?
No, it's where the Manson family murders happened, and the guy who created Full House bought it at a discounted price.
Oh, yeah.
And
Do
it's
you know
where
he just bought the house that's the outside of that show? San Francisco. He just
He bought the house in San Francisco.
In San Francisco, really?
Used in
that's kind of creepy, don't you think?
Yeah, and he's bought it, and he wants to dress it up like it was the guy who created Full House.
But he bought that where the murders,
where the Manson family murders
before they knocked it down, because I know they knocked that house down.
They had already he knocked it down and built a new place, but it's on the same property. It's on the same property where all the murders happened.
You think they moved it a little bit to the left?
It's kind of creepy here because everybody's whispering about it. It's like there's all these like famous people there and a lot of people with money, but everybody's kind of whispering about it.
Yeah, but it's not the same house. It's a new house built. Big deal. It's on the property. You can say, "Oh, that house is on the same block," or "That house is in the same."
True.
Big fucking deal. I want to see the blood.
But you're in the hills.
You get to see the same fucking view Sharon Tate saw when she was being stabbed.
You're in the hills where
the floor.
But the Manson family were like coming in through the hills to jump into this house and kill everybody. So this is the area where they were hiding out in the hills to kill everybody. So, I mean, it's creepy. But, yeah, you're right. It's not the same house, but it's still an interesting story. And a fucked up story to hang out
and the Beach Boys were playing in the living room?
Beach Boys playing, which is another weird thing. Because there's a tie-in with Manson and the Beach Boys.
That's as bad as mine.
Yeah. No, Carl Wilson. Sorry, Carl Wilson.
Yeah, Bobby Brown was there. He was singing and... it was just a weird collection of people. It was
holy shit.
Erock didn't think that was boring. We just got to end the show.
Why? $75 million just walked out of the studio.
Yes.
$75 million.
And he's so philanthropic.
Nice guy. Really nice guy.
Nicest guy. And the wife, Monica, is amazing. Just giving, loving.
True foodie. True food guy.
Yes.
Pretty easy going for a guy who has insane fuck you money.
That's nothing.
But he doesn't act like it at all.
Obviously.
Louis C.K. gets that in one night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's selling out cities now.
Yeah.
The Pope is opening for Louis.
Voss, no more questions. We're running out of show. I want to thank Voss and Judy Gold and the Mad Cuban and Craig Gass, who will be back tomorrow. Going to do a little Facebook Live post show in a minute or two here. So thanks for listening. See you guys tomorrow.
It'll just be a post show of Rich plugging more stuff.
Opie Radio is now over for now.
Over? Roger. Over.